Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 13 of the Great Pendragon campaign. Hello, everyone. My name is Bob, and I run this game. If you haven't seen us yet, you might want to go check out the rest of our videos on YouTube so you can follow along. Say for episode 1, which we totally lost, and talk about that. Down to Thomas.
Hello, I'm Thomas. I'll be playing Goratrix. Now, I don't want to break anything, but I'm looking at the stream right now, and it says this video is unavailable. Error 5000.
Error 5000.
Is that like I love you 5,000?
I'm not.
It's
fine
No,
on my
just error.
screen. I'm not having.
Oh,
that
it's
issue.
okay. I just had to reload. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Thomas. My services are not required. Moving on.
All right. As long as someone sees the stream and it's not just me and my audio works. So I went back and tried to cipher through our episode 1, by the way. Oh boy, was that brutal. Just all this silence. And there's certain things in there that was your first introduction to Dareth.
Yes, yeah.
Anyways, who did we leave off with? We got to Thomas. Did you do your intro, Thomas?
I did do my intro.
Okay.
I'm Thomas. I play Goratrix. Mark.
Mark, go ahead.
Hello, I am Mark. I play Sir Edward of Edmundston, and I will be here trying to kill Sir Jareth as I usually do. Yeah, I'm excited to help find our countess, I believe is what we're doing.
Indeed. Yeah. You're
Okay.
part of the betrothal party.
Yes, that's right.
A fellowship of
Lucky Count
betrothal.
Roderick.
And Liam.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Liam. I play Sir Dalan currently. I'm having a great time. I'm really enjoying this. Dalan was kind of waylaid a little bit recently, and they're back. And well, they're not back yet, but I'm back. So we're very much looking forward to where today's session is going to take us.
Indeed. And there's more to come with that, too. Just a note for those that have been watching and following along the stream, you'll note for Liam now, though there's no camera still, when Liam talks, do it real quick, Liam. Say something.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, there you go.
Bouncing. Yeah, there we go.
When he says something, he lights up in color, and when he doesn't, Dalan goes dark in the shield. So
Going dark.
Yeah, so why don't we just dig right in here?
Cool beans.
I'm gonna go ahead and modify something really quickly. Thanks for that. Appreciate that, Serpentine. So now that should go a lot slower. I doubled the interval speed. Probably spinning way too fast between them. That was for my own test earlier. So anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. We're gonna pick up with the very first scene. Ooh, I got some cool things to show y'all.
Ooh.
Are you all in Roll20?
I am.
Oh, give me a moment.
I wasn't, but I figured it out. I put myself in there.
Ooh. What's
So
that?
I found some. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a shout out to this person. There's someone that made an Oath of Crowns. It's like I think it's like a personal campaign. I don't think it's a stream. If it is, check it out. But they did all these fancy like maps.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
that's very nice.
So shout out to them. You can find them on. What's the name of that? Obsidian Portal. Obsidian Portal.
Oh.
Which we have an Obsidian Portal too. I should show that off at some point.
Is that how you get to the Nether?
Right? It is.
Yeah.
This is some old school
Topical
stuff,
reference.
right? Let me just show that off real quick too. Sorry, there's tangents, but these are fun tangents. I have some.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, right, fun.
That's what we're here for.
All right, so real bare bones, and I'm not sure how much I'll do on this, but you can see, and you see on the stream. No, because I haven't switched screens. There we
Yeah,
go.
no, they're still on the.
Now you
Oh, there.
can see, or you will be in a second. And so, just to talk about this real quick, this doesn't have much. It just has the recorded episodes for now, as well as this is going to be where I keep my character database published for like anyone to view. So you can go
I'm
in
gonna need
here.
that. I forget people constantly, so
Yeah.
that's really helpful.
Yeah. So
Yep.
got the PCs and NPCs. I'm only going to put the people
Wow.
on here that actually have like have actually been on screen so far. So
Nice
that's your
work,
primary
Bob.
characters.
You
Yeah.
put a lot of effort into this. Holy shit.
Mm.
Oh, the real shame though is that Dalan doesn't have a Twitter account, or Goratrix doesn't have a Twitter account. Oh, that would be
You could change
amazing.
that. Then
Yeah.
we'll show their tweets back and forth.
Why does Magic Box steal words?
Hashtag Uther, hashtag High King.
Yeah.
Then someone chimes
Heard
in.
about hashtag horse stack. Didn't
hash-
work.
hashtag not my king comes from like Gorlois. It's like, damn it. All right, so it's got Baldric on there and Bledig, so we won't mess them up anymore, as well as a number of other characters. So yeah, anyways, that's Obsidian Portal. We're starting off on this map that I just presented for you. This is where you all will be starting. So when we last left off, Lady Violet and I'm getting some feedback, audio feedback. Went back through on a mic somewhere. Testing.
I am muted.
Just imagine that would be rough for the stream. Fix that.
It might be coming from me. I'll mute myself for now.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's working now. Okay, so just real quick on the map, this is Salisbury, right? Summerlin's where you recently invaded, and that's where you had all the trouble with Count or King Cadwy, the Magician King. In previous trips, you've been up further north. Bedegrain is where you launched one conquest, and when you originally fought Pashent in the Irish, that was over here. Estragal. So yeah, that's generally it. So for this map, we still have Dalan in Summerland, and we have Lady Violet and Goratrix and Edward riding north there. So we're going to pick up with this scene, this very first scene, and you've reached the city of Silchester. You're heading up to Castle Vigor to meet with a potential candidate for the Count's future bride. On your way towards Silchester, you had discussed whether or not to stay here or continue riding, right? Because you do have a lady along, you are finding that, and by lady, I mean specifically a high noble lady. She insists on fancier situations for sleeping. So it is slowing you down a little bit, but you're still on target for like a 9 days ride. When you reach Silchester, or the area nearby, she says to you both, I would like, if you have no resistance to it, to stay with a friend at his manor. This is as good a stop as any. We only lose a couple of hours at worst. And this is Goratrix and Edward.
I have no objection to doing so, so long, indeed, as we make it on time. But if you judge it so, he looks towards Edward with a kind of questioning.
Edward's just going to sigh. Very well. I suppose there's not much of a choice to it. As you command, my lady.
She leans over as if to whisper, but doesn't even bother to try to like lower her voice. And she leans over to Goratrix and says, "Is he always this pleasant?"
How do you mean? Yes. He says completely genuinely.
She just sighs. And then I figure scene cuts. You find yourselves wandering through the city of Silchester, which is one of the old Roman cities. It's still well populated. It is the main city of the Vale, which you've met the Duke Ulfius, right? Here. Um,
Indeed.
uh, it's also like there's a lot of land around Silchester itself, so it's both a county and a city. This is the city itself, and it's got a lot of old sort of Roman walls and artifacts. You can tell that there's an actual like Catholic church inside those things. It's definitely got some of the older pieces there. As you ride through, you end up nearing a courtyard on the far side of Silchester. And as you make your way forward, I'm going to get you both to go ahead and give me a recognize roll.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Hello again, Brenda. Failure.
All right.
Yeah.
Sir Dalan,
Fail.
we miss you so much.
Miss you too,
I
buddy.
was actually going to note, by the way, I did this late and I'm totally not cheating. This was actually a +5 because you have met her.
Haha.
Okay. In that case,
Victory?
yeah, he crits.
Yeah, so Mark, you
I
can
still fail.
tick recognize.
I already have it ticked.
All right.
Does nothing for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I feel like there's got to be a rule for that. It's like if you tick something and you're low in it, you just get a free point and you erase the tick on the second tick try. I feel like that's anyways, we'll talk about that.
I mean, is that something you're adding? Because I'll do it. I'll
Yeah.
take the free
My
point.
theory behind that is he's only got a 3, right? And if you manage to be successful with it twice in like one period of 2 to 4 sessions, sounds like a free point to me.
We could discuss it.
Yeah, we will. It's good to bring up. So I do want to, this is also like a us learning Pendragon stream, so it's kind of nice to talk about those. But let me the two familiar faces you see, or at least they're familiar to Mark, less so to Thomas. So Edward, you recognize, less so for Goratrix.
Yeah. I'm less of a visual learner and more of a.
It makes sense because you didn't actually talk to them, so it would make a lot of sense.
Indeed.
Much less of a visual learner. I want to know what kind of learner Goratrix is.
I think the answer is he's not.
Yeah, the answer. Yeah, the answer was blank silence.
Yeah.
But probably legitimately tactile. He learns by doing.
All right. So these two, you see that you're riding into the manor, and you recognize immediately Sir Dulois and sorry, and Lady Ira. If you need kind of more info on that, for Edward specifically, this is the lady that took well to your cynicism from episode 1, as well as had that interesting conversation with you about whether you dress yourself or if your wife does it, and she was kind of probing around stuff like that. She looks actually. I'll give you both, just for hilariousness. I'll give you both intrigue rolls because they're so great at the characters. How that works.
Oh,
Let's
joy.
go. Oh, so cool.
Oh, so close.
That was a 4 on a 3. Oh.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't pick up on the subtleties. She looks surprised to see you, and she says so. She's like, she comes up to Edward, and she's like, "Sir Edward, And she kind of nods to Goratrix because she recognizes him but doesn't know him well. Seems the two of you have managed to.
because he's not going to admit to it. Sorry, you go.
Seems the two of you've managed to survive after all. Kind of a dark
Lady,
comment.
Lady Arena, I thank you. I guess it is good to see you again.
The king hasn't gotten you killed yet. That's always
No,
positive.
seemingly not. Yes.
We're very good at surviving. Dark gods, eldritch beings, other kings. We're good.
What about the red-haired one? The one that was the brother of Elizabeth, the one that my dear uncle has been so interested in courting.
Yes, Sir Dalan, Elizabeth's brother. We they were
We're gonna look. What?
She just screws up her face. Meanwhile,
they
Lady
unfortunately. Yeah, sorry, you go.
Lady Violet is over talking to Dulois while this is happening. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, Sir Dalan went missing in the battle against, within the Summerlands. We have not found the body, and I believe he remains alive, but we have not yet heard a tale of him.
She raised a brow. Interesting. And with that, both Goratrix and Edward can make an awareness test, just kind of listening idly as Dulois and Lady Violet make acquaintances. Make acquaintance, rather.
Another fail from me.
Better at this. And it did not roll for some reason. Nope, it did.
Oh,
that's a fumble.
oh my
Boy.
god.
Okay. Oh God, what do I even do with an awareness fumble?
Boy.
You
I gotta.
hear him whispering dark secrets against you, lying with Sir Jareth.
You know what? What is your Yeah, we're gonna do something fun like that.
Mm-hmm.
What is your suspicious?
Oh, suspicious. It's 10.
Okay. I'm gonna get you to make a roll, and if you fail, you're gonna check suspicious.
Okay.
And the idea is you're just like you're not liking this trip, you're not liking the whole point behind it. You've got some politician with you that you just made your life harder and slower, the journey slower. Like so you to test suspicious and what that brings.
Let's go. It is taking its time.
Yeah, no doubt. Must be those upgraded Roll 20 servers we heard
Yep.
about. Yeah.
Success. He's suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tick it. I mean, it's not a huge variance, right? But you might as well tick it. It makes sense with everything you have going on.
Definitely. I think Edward's definitely much more uncomfortable with this situation, kind of moving around, adjusting his pauldron, just not having a good time as he's just scanning the area.
Yeah. At this point, Dulois, having just talked to Lady Violet, approaches the two of you and says, Goratrix. Edward. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Give me 1 sec. Let's see. No, he never talked to Goratrix. He only talked to
No.
Edward. So he'll come up and be like, Sir Edward. See you.
So it's Dubois? Is it Dubois? Or
Dulois. Yeah.
Dulois, okay.
Yeah.
So Dulois, a pleasure to meet you again. It's been quite a while.
Indeed. And he looks over at Goratrix. He says, I think I recognize you from the Salisbury court. Or no, it was here in Silchester. You accompanied Sir Edward and Sir Dalan, if I recall.
That's correct. I am Sir Goratrix, and a pleasure to meet you, Sir Dula.
Yes, very interesting. Tell me, where is Sir Dalan? I've been meaning to speak to him, and this opportunity. Is he back in Salisbury? I haven't heard from him in some time.
Unfortunately, we have not seen Sir Dalan since the battle at the Summerlands. We have not found proof of their death, and we hold out hope. Can only pray.
That is terrible news. But many were lost in Somerset, despite no true battles actually taking place. It seemed like a bunch of skirmishes and raiding.
Well,
There-
there was magic at the time. It complicates issues. I had to fight a cultist in my mind or something. I don't know what it was about.
Magic. He does the sign of the cross, and ugh. You know it all comes from the devil.
Or
Edward kind of glances at Goratrix.
I never did understand why the king spoke to that dreadful Merlin all the time, but to each their own. Why don't you all come in? I have a feast ready for you. Or not a feast, sorry. He says, I will prepare some extra seats for a meal. You can enjoy our hospitality for the night. And we'll see you off to Castle Vigor, I think. Uh, and
Yeah.
and so he says something interesting, and I want to see if Thomas catches this part.
oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay, yeah, there we go.
What?
There are a
What
lot
you
of
got?
cats at this estate.
Give me one sec.
Hold on, let me. I don't know if you can see it on stream with the shield.
What do you got?
Lily.
Aw,
Putting Lily in frame.
there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just
All right, we're back.
Hi, honey. Hello. Oh, goodness. That's a good cat.
Is a good cat. But yes, what am I catching? The Goratrix would definitely say, yes, we would be most thankful. What's wrong?
one sec. Give me a sec. I didn't have a note ready. And, I'll look it up here.
Mhm.
You hear him refer to Lady Violet, this time by Lady Manor. That happens often. If you're the Lord or Lady of a Manor, you'll get, Lord de Winterbourne Stoke sometimes, right? And
Indeed.
um, he does mention a manor for her, which you have not been familiar with yet by it hasn't been called out yet or anything.
Mhm.
It's waiting for this map to load. Sorry. So look at
It's
the
all good, man.
manorial map. I'll save the detail. It'll kick in eventually. Here we go. Perfect. He says Lady de Berwick St. James.
I remember that. Does Goratrix remember that? Because I think that was mentioned last time with my uncle.
Yeah. Okay. So if you remember, I'll give it to you for free.
Mm.
Mostly for the fact that it is your neighboring land. so that's why you're picking up on it. Is it's your neighboring land,
Yeah,
and you're like, wait a minute, and then like I
I've
can see
heard
with
that before.
Goratrix
Mm.
everything coming to as he remembers like what his what Baldric was pushing you for or prompting you towards. You
Baldric
recall?
wanted me to set Edward up with her,
Yep.
but then no. He remembers and he remembers hard and he goes, "Oh, oh, that's my job."
Do you say that out
Really?
loud, just like after a,
No,
a head
no, of
moment?
course not. Uh,
What does Goratrix
um,
do?
Goratrix's eyes like widen as he hears it, and he goes, "Oh, oh, I know that place."
um, she turns and raises a brow and says, "Yes, you're from just north of us, Winterbourne Stoke. Did you
Yes.
not realize I was Lady?" Anyways,
No. Bits.
uh,
Is there something I should be aware of between the No. All right.
It's simply a neighboring land.
Right.
Well, we'll say that at this point, the two of you are left, like, Dulois and Lady Violet are moving on.
Mhm.
So it's just the two of you at this point. If you want to have any interactions,
Hmm.
real quick. If not, we can move on to the last point of this scene.
Actually, there is something more than that. My uncle wanted me to set me up with, I think, her, and I don't know if that's on the
Wait.
cards.
I mean you're a member of your house, I suppose. If that's the kind of future you want, I mean, politically, it's a good move, but I'll be honest, you don't really seem like the sort to care.
That's kind of what I said to my uncle, and it would be a good move for the family. And also, well, she is really pretty, but also very sophisticated, and I don't think I'm her type.
I mean,
Also, I'm pretty sure she was widowed 3 months ago.
I mean, it's not uncommon. I suppose some might look down on you for such a decision. Um,
It's
I
less that I am making the decision, and more I don't think I am able to.
well, do you want to?
Maybe I don't.
I'm. I mean, look. Uh, love is complicated, and so is marriage. Definitely not usually the same thing. Um, there are people so much better at this than I am.
I am in
Look,
the exact same boat, and
there are some days I wonder why God would let something like this happen.
All right.
I don't think
All
we
right.
had any hand in it, says the pig.
So we'll do a quick conversation at the end. So the food served, it's a meal. It's a very hearty meal, multiple courses. So much more miniature than a feast, but the same level of courses. Feast itself, just less food all around. They're clearly a wealthy family. They have a lot of staff. You meet her brother as well. I'll put him into things later. I just don't want to fish around for his details right now. But you
Indeed.
um so after some of this is all said and done and people are getting ready to retire, um I should step back one sec. Is there anything in particular um Edward would have done? Like, I think Lady Era would have been interested
Hmm.
in conversation with you. Just she has a darker sense of humor. She's a little more deadpan in her responses. But she seems to take well to Edward.
Yeah. I think Edward would definitely conversate with her very nervously as he's kind of looking around in both the panic of, oh, this lady is talking to me, but I should probably be aware of anything that might happen. But I kind of like her. Fuck. Oh shit. So he would engage her in conversation, trying to be himself, but also not himself at the same time.
Yeah. Not so much flirting, I imagine more like courtesy kind of thing. Is that what
Yeah.
he's okay? Why do
Yeah.
you,
It'd be
what
him being very careful.
and while this is happening, what is Goratrix? Does he take to any interactions during dinner?
Here's the thing. Goratrix isn't great at social interactions which don't involve um, being the human embodiment of a golden retriever mixed with a pit bull terrier. So, and he knows that. He knows that about himself. But he will generally probably try to make conversation with the lady. I forgot her name. Out of character.
Lady
Hold on. Let
Violet
me
is
not
the easier
Lady
answer.
with
Violet.
the
Yeah.
yes with the Lady Violet.
Hmm. You can both give me, I'm assuming, courtesy rolls. If you fail, you're about doing what every knight would be expected to do in this situation. Like, knights aren't good at courtesy. If you fumble, that's a different story. Now we're talking
Yeah.
about offending someone or saying something
Yes.
really dumb. Okay.
Yeah.
But failing at courtesy as a knight, not that surprising. I think you start at 3 on average without points in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this. I'm
Go.
not going to activate my passion.
Okay.
He
Now,
looked at me strangely and then ran out of the room screaming. All right,
do
let's
there
do
happen
this.
to be any Saxons nearby?
Unfortunately, that is a failure.
That's a failure.
Oh, that's close, though.
It was close.
That was close on you.
very close. And neither were yeah. So
Yeah, neither were
despite
fumbles.
so there's previous interactions here with Edward and it goes okay. I think with the interaction outside though, Lady Violet's a bit like not really playing into Goratrix at all. Like she's pleasant,
Yeah.
but they're very short answers and short interactions. Makes
Yeah,
sense?
she didn't seem to really dig the whole, so here's what I like most about battles.
Yeah. There's a conversation about Christianity and Goratrix is like,
Yes,
well,
Christianity.
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so we'll cut over to Edward at the end of the night as people are retiring. Dulois asks you to accompany him as he takes a walk around the manor.
Edward would agree to going with him. Still wearing, the kind of nice clothing, but the single pauldron on his shoulder as he has his sword at his side, kind of looking around. So kind of nervous, but trying to be courteous.
So as you're walking, after you kind of get out of the um, earshot of the rest of the party, he says, I can't but help but notice that my niece seems taking a liking for you.
Ah,
If I judge the situation correctly, seems that might be a mutual thing.
um, per- perhaps. She is a fine lady. There's quite a lot about her that I think is good. Um, yes.
Yeah, and he's like, he just pats you on the shoulder and says, have no worry. It took me many years to speak in the way of the courts and the gardens, as it were. Silchester helps for sure. In previous years, most of my speaking was with the sword. Understand? Well,
No,
with King Aurelius's work and such, that invasion was some of my best days.
certainly understand that there is a almost simplicity to battle that I just don't get in the courts.
So I recognize your father's name, and I'm aware of your circumstances of your birth, complications that come with such things.
Yes.
I know it can be difficult to find a high match with such situations, which is terrible for such a recognized knight as you. Your name is beginning to move through the courts of Salisbury and even all of Logres. It surprises me. Well, you haven't found a match already. You know, perhaps there's a way we could help one another.
Quirks an eye at this.
Well,
In what way?
much as you've taken a liking to my niece, your missing friend's sister, Elizabeth, caught my eye a few years back. You see, Sir
Hmm.
Dalan, his Sister Elizabeth. Have you met Elizabeth?
No, I have not.
Well, even still, from what I gathered from Sir Dalan, the two of you were close friends, and you are a Salisbury knight. If you were to be able to, well, I keep running into complications with communication with Elizabeth. She won't take guests. She doesn't take invites. Um, I'm beginning to think that Dalan and do not speak ill of the missing or the dead. But I think that Sir Dalan might have been being overprotective, sister. Something fishy is going on there, I can tell you that.
I see.
I need someone to be able to assist me in moving past this. Allow me an opportunity to meet with Sir Dalan, or he says, meet with Elizabeth.
I see. Well, Sir Dalan is a good man. I'm sure he has his reasons for it.
Of course. And I would not speak ill of such a decision. I just think perhaps sometimes, well, our history as Salisbury and the Vale complicates things. But with the Knight of Long Knives, I, of course, have always been loyal to Aurelius, his ilk, and I think that it's time we bury that hatchet. Perhaps if you were to assist me in reaching Elizabeth correctly, and help me navigate whatever this series of roadblocks about her illness seems to be, mm, I could assist you by one of two options. There's, of course, a high dowry that comes with my dear niece. Um, though she is the daughter of a house knight, that house knight comes from a very wealthy family. This could be gifted, of course, to the Idmiston Manor as part of the dowry, or in counter, you could come on board matrilineally through a marriage of my dear niece. Um, and if that's not clear, this would, of course, in a way, in a sorts, clear you a bit further of your stains and sins of your father. Again, I do not speak ill of the dead, only to say that the birth of a bastard is wholly frowned upon, but we know our dear Christ looks past such things. The Lord above finds good and grace in all, and that includes, of course, even a bastard.
Yes. Well, this is honestly, it is a tempting offer. May I be allowed some time to think upon it, form a proper decision towards it?
Of course, there's no true rush, though I must admit, between one night and another, only a matter of time before we clash with the Saxons again. I wish to have an heir along the way, before that's too. You must
I,
you must forgive my urgency. I don't need to press you for an answer now, but one by the winter, perhaps by Christmas, would be good enough.
that is understandable. I will make sure you have one by then, at the very least.
Thanks.
No, thank you for this offer. Thank you. It's very meaningful that you would approach me with this.
Of course, of course. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap that scene, and we're gonna move over to Dalan. Give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh boy.
I'm going to take a brief second to feed my cat so she
Sure.
doesn't leap on the desk again. I'll be right back.
No, let her starve. We need to see the girl again.
Let us starve. I'm going to quote you on that, Liam. See you soon.
Okay. Let me just go ahead and pull up the right. Okay. Sir Dalan, when we last left off, had just been knighted. And after that, I'm assuming that Dalan would head back due southeast. I can think for real.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Dallin would want to get home first and make sure everyone was okay and that the situation was fine, and then from there, kind of figure out what to do next. Probably find Goratrix and, and Edward.
As you ride along the forest path, go ahead and give me an awareness roll. Awareness.
I'm good at that. That's the one I'm good at. Hell yeah. It's a 4 out of 15.
Okay. You hear the sound of men on horse, knights on horse for sure, multiple. And you begin to hear them kind of around you on the path. Sounds like they're off the path a bit, but you hear them on both sides.
I'm still injured.
You are in
Yeah.
fact still injured.
Dallin,
You passed that roll, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You hear about 20 men you gather somewhere in that league.
20 men on horseback. Okay, so probably some kind of military party. Oh, I feel like I should roll a trusting or suspicious here to see if I think these are my guys or not.
Sure, that's fair. You want to contest them? Maybe would be the best.
Yeah, I think so. All right, I got his pass on the trusting. So, all right, these are my boys. Cool. Dalan's gonna kind of keep ahead a little bit to make sure that there's not an opportunity to surround Dalan if that's the case. But he's also gonna like kind of.
Oh, I think I lost you.
Oh, hello.
I heard kinda, and then it sounded like you cut off. So he's
Yeah, Dalan's gonna keep a little bit ahead just in case they try to encircle. But Dalan will call out to them and go, "Whoa there, hello."
You see that they begin to ride up behind you and on your sides at this point. And why don't we get you to test both heraldry and recognize?
Heraldry, and recognize. All right. I'm not good at either of them.
It's okay.
That's a fail
That was
on the
close.
heraldry. Yeah, I almost got lucky. Not quite goblin lucky, but
You need those like really bad D&D rolls for this, or at least for this part of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fail on the recognize as well.
Okay. You don't recognize them immediately, like none of the banners, but then you see banners that fly the banners of Summerland. So you recognize kind of too late as they approach that, oh, there's the Summerland banners. They're surrounding you on 3 sides, not all 4 at this point.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Summerland were the fellas that were supposed to be at the war, but they did show up at the war. Is that right?
Summerland's where you invaded.
Oh, these are the.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is bad. Okay.
You were fighting a war with them last you checked.
Oh, unfortunate. Shit. All right. Well, they're starting to encircle me. Yeah, I've already called out to them.
Yeah. So at this point, there's an older gentleman knight. Looks a bit more rough around the edges. But he maintains a good posture on horse, and he pulls up in front of everyone else and says, Sir Knight, I don't recognize that shield."
Hail. I have to be honest with you, despite the circumstances not quite being in my favor, and Dalan kind of gently, touches their bleeding arm. I'm
You're
from House
wounded.
Dern. Hi, and I'm from House Durnford as well. I believe under official contexts, we're technically enemies, unless there's something that I've missed.
What county do you hail from?
Salisbury, sir.
Sir Dalan, you are surrounded on 3 sides, and
So it would seem.
tonight you shall ride with us, a captive, and be ransomed back to your house. Should you resist, we will have no choice but to cut you down. You were invaders recently, and though that peace is over, you remain.
So it would seem.
You also didn't know that the war was over.
Indeed. Well, I guess that could have been worse. Dalan will, Dalan kind of looks around and goes, it would seem my options are somewhat limited. But I'm thankful for your mercy.
It is the mercy of any knight. We ride for Barrowcrest Manor. Lady Gwynedd will treat you well. Our lord, unfortunately, grievous wound, and is yet to return to us.
I'm sorry to hear that. I've heard kind things spoken about him.
He rides a little bit closer at this point. Have a strange smell about you. Where did this wound come from?
Well, what a thing to just say to a fella. Dalan kind of weighs their options to see whether or not it's worth lying to this guy about this. So, would I at all know if, fairy stuff is like, hey, anything can connect to that bad? Is that kind of the vibe?
Fairy lore would be a really good thing there. Yeah, you can do that.
It would be. It would be. It
Yeah.
would be such a good thing there. No, I failed.
Okay. You're not sure. It's your guess at this point.
Dalan weighs the options given the circumstances. Probably gonna go with honesty here. Fuck it. I'm confident now. Dalan kind of straightens himself and goes, I've been somewhat waylaid the last few days. I've seen and been to some strange places. There was a creature in your lands that challenged me to a duel, and it was a duel that I won, but not unscathed.
You perhaps are mistaken. The mists do weird things at times. They said strange things at times. I'm sure that you sought through those visions and perhaps saw something that didn't. But you say monster. Did you describe this monster? At this point, he's turned around and is kind of accompanying, like he's asking you to follow along. Yeah, it's very civil the way they're treating you right now.
Nay, sir. While I'll admit, the night before I got lost, I did get lost in the mist, and I saw quite strange things, but this wound is my proof, and the experience I had is far from dreamlike. It was vivid, and I'm confident what I saw was real. The creature I fought, it was a green-skinned man with pointy features, and his armor was more refined than mine.
He looks at you for a moment.
Ah,
You had a joust with. Did he refer to himself as the goblin?
I don't believe he did, but that.
That will be an
would
intrigue
require-
roll. Good.
Oh.
And I will roll too, because this is a big contested.
Oh boy. That is a 5 success. 5 out
Okay.
of 15. Before I say anything that's going to incriminate me here.
Oh no! But you beat him.
Hell
Barely.
yeah.
Barely. Okay. So there's a bit of a moment where you can tell he gave you a long look over as you answered that, and then he just nods and carries on and says, "These lands are filled with interesting things. Comes from our king, King Cadby. He's allowed for the magic of the land to exist here, more than your Christian areas, Logris.
I see. Wow.
But if you fought with this green-skinned folk on horseback, even if they didn't present themselves as such, there is an unseelie fairy known as the Goblin Knight. He is a nuisance to our people here, our knights. Honorable in his own right, I suppose.
It would certainly seem that way. It sounded like you'd recognized him when I described him. Have you met him yourself?
No, but we've had to pay his ransom, some of our knights, were foolish enough to duel him.
Well, given that I am not being held ransom, I suppose you can surmise that I bested him in my duel. Though it did not come easy, and Dalan kind of rolls their shoulder a little bit.
Perhaps there's another. He sounds uncertain that you've beaten this goblin. And it doesn't sound like he's being egotistical, just doubtful that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm doubtful I won that. That was all luck, baby.
This is King Passion all over again. They don't
No,
believe in you.
they're gonna do it. You know what? It's because I'm a woman.
They don't even know that part.
They don't even know it. It's just subconscious.
Yep.
Okay. So with that, the ride continues. I think he'll fall silent, but he'll make small talk. If there's anything you wanted to ask though, Liam, before the scene switches, let me know.
Yeah, Dalan will just generally, get context about how the war went and, which side won, and
It might be worthwhile to do that briefly. He'll say,
yeah.
it was really more of a negotiation in the end of it, though your knights did tear through our lands, and there will be much rebuilding. Bath held against your. That's the name of one of the Roman cities, you know, by the way. Bath
I've been
held,
there. Liam's been there.
but unfortunately, many were lost. The kings met in private, the two of them in a tent. Came to some sort of deal. And Summerland did, as I understand it, we surrendered to the King of Logris, King Uther, but not entirely. In these lands, King Cadwy remains king, but in your lands, he is Count Cadwy.
Strange. It seems so small for all the destruction.
I would have thought that your king, the rumors I've heard of the brute, I suppose he's my king now too, he kind of says out loud, would have been too stubborn to accept such stakes. It makes me wonder really what took place in that tent.
Unfortunately, I have only known the man a little, but I am loyal to my count, Roderick. He has proven himself to be a trustworthy and honorable man, and the King Uther's son, Maddox, is a friend of mine. I trust that he knows what he's doing, to the
Give
very least.
give me an awareness roll at either +2 difficulty or an
they're gonna
intrigue roll at flat.
they're gonna jack up my price. Intrigue rolled at flat. I'm gonna do that.
Me? I'm nothing special. I'm a personal friend of the prince.
14 out of 15.
There's a look of disdain the moment you mention Maddox. You're like, oh, I didn't mean, like, the moment you say Prince Maddox, there's a look of disdain.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Oh,
says
Matic
nothing.
was in charge in the rating. Yeah.
There's a long pause after that as he kind of falls silent in conversation.
I trust you disapprove.
My lord, the knight of my house, the master of my house, fell to Prince during raids.
I see.
He remains unconscious.
I'm sorry to hear that. As I said before, it is a shame that so much blood has been spilt in this conflict in the first place.
I saw the eyes of you, Prince. I saw no such regret.
Dalan kind of takes a deep breath on the horse and kind of leans back a little bit and shifts their weight to get more comfortable. And I feel it unwise of me to speak so frankly with someone who holds me hostage. But if I may put forward an alternate perspective, the war does many bad things to many good people on both sides. I see much confusion in Maddox. There is so much that he is expected to be, and very little certainty in whether or not that actually is him or something more. So I pray that you do your best not to hold the actions of him against him so fiercely.
You and I are both knights. We know the price that must be paid on the field. Our lives were surrendered the day we bent the knee. But a word of advice to you, not I who hold you ransom. I would recommend not sharing sentiment about the king or the prince when you meet milady.
Thank you. Your advice is appreciated.
With that, we're going to move to the next scene. Give me a quick shift here.
Dalan kicks in the door and goes, "Guys, have you heard about my best friend Maddox and his dad, King
Yeah.
Uther?
Man,
Dad,
is
who I
he the
respect.
best?
Boy,
Yeah.
I thought you
they are the
could be like, not that
coolest."
Maddox though, a different Maddox.
You know, I remember
Clearly.
when I was out raiding villages with my friend Maddox, and I just gotta
And
say,
I took the conscious decision to
Maddox,
steal as
Prince
much
of
as
the
I
King.
could.
yeah, I really, it was like the third orphan that I kicked that I thought to myself that, man, this is a really good day.
Very lucrative.
It's going well.
It would have been a very different scene if any of us were in anyone else's position.
Mhm. Dalan's going to be different, you guys. Dalan's
Oh.
been through some shit.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh,
Oh.
everybody's jumping around the map here.
Indeed. All right, so this is a bit of a skip ahead. A few days travel. You've managed to cross through from Silchester to Ridichin to Heartland. And you're going to cross briefly into Huntland. Actually, you do cross briefly into Huntland on your way to Castle Vigor. The scene starts with a rainstorm.
Oh.
Trying to think what. You know what? I think this might be. I'm trying to think of something interesting to test for the two of you. You know what? Hunting might apply, actually. Probably the most survivalist thing I can think
Full
of.
circle. They're going full circle.
Going full circle.
Full circle.
I'm gonna roll hunting.
I'm going
And
to roll
on.
16 out of 11. I haven't succeeded on a single roll.
That's a fumble.
On a fumble,
Let's
you
go.
do go full circle. You go right back where you started.
Yeah.
This will be interesting. So the Lady Violet immediately protests and says, "These skies are ominous. Great storm is coming. We need to treat with any manner that will give us hospitality tonight. Do it with haste. The next one." Now, Thomas, to you, Goratrix just looks up at the sky. It's like, it doesn't look any worse than what I've seen before. Not a big deal.
Sounds reasonable.
For Edward, she doesn't know. Once again, she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. Here she goes, pushing you around, delaying you yet another day on this stupid road that you're on. Like,
I'm just imagining how go. What could go wrong? And it cuts to 6 hours later, just deep in the mud, just crawling out of like a pit that he's tripped into.
all right. So, what do you want to do? She is insisting. So she says, "We must find the next manor that will take us. Haste."
If the lady wishes it, I'm fine with it.
Fine. Let's just get this over with.
All right. So she will not protest that if you're going to allow her to do so.
Edward's not happy about it. I
That's
want to
fair.
go live out there with the bears.
Oh man. I'm just imagining Edward going, "No, we push forward."
Push forward.
We'll get there even if I have to eat every piece of mud we come across.
I've got a proud rating of 26. Here we go.
It doesn't take you long to actually. Let's go ahead and test hunting again. See how long it is till you find the next manor.
Oh Jesus. Okay. My first success, 7 of 11.
Failure.
All right.
That fits for Edward, though.
Edward's like, "I'm
It's
trying
fine,
really
everyone."
hard, really, really hard. Yep. I really care about your concerns here." But you do notice as you find a manor, it's a fairly like modest manor, and the reason why the hunting roll, it's in the woods, just off the main path. So you come upon this definitely a knight's manor for sure, just a little less quality than what you are accustomed to where you guys live. It looks older too.
See this beaten path here? It would lead somewhere. It's a little off the trail. He says, like eyes like glancing from Edward to Lady Violet.
Edward would just go, "Why is this in the middle of fucking nowhere?"
Perhaps he likes his privacy. Or he's a druid. Might be a druid.
God.
And his eyes light up.
Let us hope for a different alternative. As Edward rides forward, fully done with everyone's shit for the rest of the day.
As you reach the manorial gate, you see a lightning bolt strike like about 20 feet away from you. Go ahead and give me a horsemanship roll as you try to avoid falling off your horse here.
Success.
Failure.
Ooh.
Oh no! This is
This is
the
Edward.
perfect end to a perfect day for Edward.
I just picture Edward on the strip being like, I'm not even supposed to be here. And it's like this grunt.
Yep.
Edward, give me a d6 as you fall off your horse. And I'm going to roll
I
for the
think
lady.
Has such a bad time all the time.
It only fits if just at the end of this, it's just Edward getting up and he's just covered in mud. Just a big sourpuss frown on his face.
You see the lady just about, Lady Violet just about goes off her horse, but she manages to hold on just barely, kind of almost falling sideways. Maybe Goratrix helps her out a little bit.
Yeah, almost does like a force push back on.
Yeah. But as you watch to the side, though, Edward, who you trusted to definitely handle this, his horse went apeshit, caught him off guard, and he's down. Only 2 damage, but most of that's because he had a nice soft mud puddle that he went face first into.
Splat.
Yeah.
Edward, are you all right?
Just get inside.
That's great. Oh, all right.
Goratrix will nod, eyes wide with concern, at none of Thomas's birth. And yeah, we will approach the gate. Were the skies looking like properly stormy? Was the lightning bolt like normal course of action, or was that
Yes.
strange?
Yeah, no, and I
Gotcha.
probably didn't finish it. The rain's coming in almost sideways right now. Like, this is a bad
Gotcha.
storm. Weird, I know, it never happens.
Yeah.
So
Why are we wasting this good weather?
It's gonna get worse.
So you reach the gate, and the staff at the gate says, "Sir Knights, what brings you here, my lords?"
We seek shelter from the rain, if you would have it.
He kind of peers out with the torch too. It's nearing nighttime.
Well, because he is size 18, like, stand as kind of like a rain buffer for the Lady Violet, because she's going to get angry if her dress gets ruined. He can tell.
Where do you hail from, good sirs?
Salisbury.
All of you, and even the lady. This is a bit more questioning than you'd be accompanied to, probably.
Yeah.
If you can wait here a minute, I must seek approval to let you in.
Very well.
At that point, you hear... sorry, go ahead, Mark. I want to hear that part.
Edward grits his teeth in visible anger.
Excellent.
Somebody get that man a juice box.
The juice box will be his enemies.
Alright, I forgot to load an icon here. You see, at that point you hear another voice call out and says, "Who's there?" And you see an older man, nearing kind of middle age with a big beard. He's rather bulky, but shorter, and probably 5'2", somewhere in there. He comes out and stands beside the guard, and the guard turns to him and says, "Oh, there you are, sir." And he kind of you can see them leaning in to whisper. Do you want to do an awareness check, both of you? Maybe see if
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Your time's coming, Mark. You'll succeed now. Never mind. And I failed worse.
Too
18 of 10.
angry to hear it.
Here.
The rain
And
storms.
meanwhile, Gort, the rain's just coming and dum, 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 against his helmet.
There's a bit of an interaction, and he says he looks out. He looks at the two of you, skeptical, and then he looks at the lady, and then you see the door, the gate to the manor open. He says, "Come on in, quick! None of us should be out here in this."
The horse will go to a trot, and Goratrix will go in.
Edward pulls his horse closer. Like a mudman appearing from the darkness.
He looks over you all and says, as you get out of the rain, first bit of coverage of the door, he says, "We'll prepare dinner for you, all of you." He looks to Edward, and I'll have a bath drawn for you first.
Good.
We thank you for your hospitality.
He looks
Dragging mud everywhere.
he looks at Edward funny. All right, so we're gonna do a brief skip ahead here. Same scene. Give me a sec here.
This is a recurring theme. Every time something happens, I think Edward has the worst possible experience.
You're
It's great. I love it.
it is becoming like a bit of a trope here. It's like, oh,
Yes.
where's Edward's bad time? Oh, here's Edward's bad time.
You got to do it to him.
Yep.
Relationship is the someone will die of fun meme.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go to. This is not a feast, but we're gonna set up the feast room regardless. That works. So we're not gonna do feast cards. Don't worry, there will be feast.
In the future.
In the future.
Goratrix sits above the salt now that the limitations of puny mortality have been denied him.
No, Sir Jareth is not
Goratrix has
here.
become the salt.
Despite what the
Exactly,
map
Megan.
currently says, Jareth is not here.
He shows up.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Edward. I heard you were having a bad time.
How are you
Is
doing?
it because your father wasn't married to your mother?
Yeah.
Oh, one thing that would have been hilarious. We'll have to retcon this in because they always forget about the squires, and I want to not forget about the squires. Cadfile
I
this
have
whole
no
time.
squire.
Yeah, I know you don't. But Cadfile this whole time has been like, really walking on eggshells more than normal because of Edward's bad mood, and you just can feel for the guy as he gets more and more scared as Edward's night becomes worse, or his trip becomes worse and worse. So the poor guy's like basically looks the color of a ghost, right? Pale as can be. Just gonna add a couple folks here. And I'm gonna get you all to do some heraldry rolls at you can do heraldry at bonus 5. So whatever you have in heraldry, add 5.
Oh, gee, a whole
Go.
8.
Success.
And you're
Whole
really
8.
good at heraldry.
Yeah.
I succeed. Normally it's a 3, so...
Yeah. I mean, heraldry is Edward's family's thing.
Yeah.
They get a bonus.
Like mine is intrigue. That's working out well for me.
Yep.
Yeah, your guys' best trait, right?
Mm.
Okay. So both of you, I don't. Wait, I think we did establish Winterborn Stoke. Did Winterborn Stoke have a relationship with? Wasn't there one group that you were friends with? I can't remember which group. Like one of the other PC families.
Oh yeah, it was Idmiston, I believe.
Okay, it was the two of you.
We were together for a while until one of us were loyalist and the other went traitor, and then the loyalists were really regretting it and then changed sides.
Yeah. Okay, so not as relevant, but you see the colors of Durnford present here.
Hey,
Hold on. Cameras are frozen. Fix it.
No.
Not a good
we're
game.
friends with Sir Dalan. Sir Dalan's been dead for 20 years. Oh. Huh.
So for this scene, Liam will be playing Perin,
Ooh,
the 18-year-old lad. Here.
He's
hell
here, the
yeah.
boy.
He's
The
here.
boy.
Look at the shiny boy.
Hello, boy. Welcome. There he is.
He is here.
He is here.
And you see two sisters, very clearly twins.
Hmm.
So this is the makeup of the people that are sitting around having supper together. So maybe we'll just cut into a little bit of in character. It's probably the best way to do this. Neither of you know Perin like by name, but you. I shouldn't say that. I'm going to give you a recognize roll. Both of you recognize. Possible you recognize him in the courts, like he would have been here from time to time visiting.
Nope.
How often would Sir Dalan have told of his / her family?
About as much as we saw on screen, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean,
Probably.
I'd say Goratrix is likely to know more because Goratrix already knows the big secret. So but Edward gets nothing about family. Sorry, buddy.
No. Edward doesn't care.
Yeah,
What?
anything that could be a potential risk of.
Here's my whole family tree. Why?
So the failure doesn't represent not recognizing him at all. It's just you can't put a face to their name. So you definitely you passed heraldry, so you know he's from Durnford. You see the coat of arms, and then you recognize his face, but you're like, oh, was he younger? Why do I know him? That kind of thing.
But yes. Like instantly, the moment Goratrix places the coat of arms, he brightens and goes, how's Durnford?
Oh, actually, I'm not role playing him. Sorry, Liam. That is totally you.
This giant of a man, dripping wet, has come in and has instantly brightened seeing the house crest.
Yeah, what size is Goratrix, by the way? 18?
Goratrix is size 18, the largest that someone can get without being a Saxon.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
Dalan kind of turns and smiles pretty brightly, but clearly hi, whoever you are, am I supposed to know you? And he laughs and he goes, hello, hi. Apologies, Sir Knight. I'm afraid I don't recognize you. Should I recognize who you are?
It is of no consequence. I am Sir Goratrix of House Winterbourne Stoke. I fought alongside Sir Dalan of House Durnford.
Winterbourne Stoke. Yes. Dalan's mentioned you quite a few times. And that
Indeed.
must mean that this is Edward, then, yes?
Is he still covered in mud at this point?
No, you got
Okay.
you got the bath drawn. Like that was almost
Oh.
right. He
Well,
was
in that
hinting
case,
at a
then-
requirement.
In that case, Perin doesn't recognize him. No, I'm just kidding.
Every time Dalan has written, it's entirely with him being caked in mud.
Yeah, always.
But no, he goes, so this must be Edward as well, then.
Yes, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Perin, I'm I'm Dalan's cousin.
Yes, Sir
pleasure to
Dalan
meet
has
you,
spoken
Perin.
of you.
Oh, it's so delightful to finally meet you two. I've heard such wonderful things. You guys have really accomplished some truly outstanding things since you've started writing with Dalan. Where is he?
That it is a sensitive matter. We lost track of him during the last muster to Somerset. We do
Oh,
not believe he is dead, but we have not found him.
do you have any evidence to show that he isn't dead, or is that more wishful thinking?
You can see at this point that the older knight who's sitting right beside Perin kind of leans in with interest as that's mentioned.
Sir Dalan is hardy, and if there's a chance for him to have survived, I believe he would have.
Yes. He's a
I
strong
would not
man.
call it Yes, I would not call it wishful thinking. Rather, my prayers are with him.
An educated guess.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I wouldn't assume such things and get lost in the woods all the time. The older man says.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sir Cadford. I forgot to introduce you. Goratrix, Edward. This is Sir Cadford, Knight of Hunterland, and my Knight Lord.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, and thank you for your hospitality.
And just a correction on that because I probably didn't
Fuck.
tune. Yeah, it's okay. You did pretty good. Sir Cadfred, Fred is probably how it goes.
Cadfred?
Yeah, Frawd, CADFRAWD. So
Yeah,
Cadfred.
I think my
Pride.
dyslexia got me on that one.
No, you're okay. The other thing is he's not the Lord. He
No.
says, I'm the master of the hunt here. Our Lord is away on business. The way he says it is strange. By the way, I'm gonna get the three of you to test intrigue or awareness. Awareness will give you a different outcome than intrigue. Intrigue will give you the better outcome.
I'm gonna take intrigue.
I'm going to take awareness.
That's
Glad
a
I
14
did.
out of 15 for me.
That was Dalan. You got to roll.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't actually because my name on the
Oh.
thing
Oh.
that was
Gotcha.
Perin.
Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. That's right.
Succeed.
Okay. Wow.
There's the low rolls.
Wow. There you go. All right. So the two very clear twins seem to be making eyes at Edward and Goratrix quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Edward just looks to Goratrix, concern in his eyes.
So, and what I'll give Perin this much because he succeeded too. Perin, you know them to be trouble. Like their dad keeps them in line. He's gone right now.
What kind of trouble exactly?
Any trouble they can get their hands on. They're mischief makers. They just love being in
Perfect.
trouble. They'll pretend to be one another. They'll get in like there's rumors that they're not maidens even anymore, right? But they don't have children or anything, right? And those are rumors that are squashed. There's lots of rumors of them like sneaking out at night and doing things that they're forbidden to do.
Perfect. Yeah, Perin will kind of laugh and goes, "Oh, seems you've attracted some attention. You two should say hi. They're very kind ladies."
Goratrix, there is a voice in his head that sounds suspiciously like his parents, which goes, danger, social interaction incoming. And then he tilts his head and returns Edward's look and goes, I see. Well, perhaps we might. Just kind of
Yes.
looks over at the twins again and kind of looks over at Perin.
Yeah. Did Goratrix make eye contact when he was looking over at him?
Goratrix did make eye contact.
Oh, he's fucked. All right,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Mission accomplished.
And just like that, as the target as Goratrix makes eye contact, there is a look back from the one with the smile. She seems to be kind of sizing Goratrix up. Perin would have noted that when Goratrix first came in, it's like she latched onto the big, tall, buff guy. Like that was her immediate thing was, and that's where Perin recognized the potential for what became.
That voice again. Trouble could interfere with primary goal.
All right. Is there? So at this point, Cadfred says, "Excuse me, I didn't quite ask, milady and Sir Knights. Where are you heading?" And she speaks up. Lady Violet says, we're heading not far from here, actually, Castle Vigor. We're actually seeking our count's potential suitorette. That he laughs and he goes, I see. I was wondering when Roderick was going to get married. Good guy, that one. Good guy.
He's a fine lord. And like he very carefully doesn't say anything about, oh well, I doubt we could do the task.
Edward, you.
So fine lord. Oh god.
Edward feels something like jab into his ankle for a second, and then you realize it's it's one of the twins effectively trying to play like footsie with her to cross him.
Looks up at them and then is suddenly very interested in whatever's in front of him. Just no, don't interact. Don't interact. Mind your own business.
All right. Is there anything anyone wanted to do with this scene?
Honestly, Goratrix is inside. He's in a warm place. He's not being pelted at by rain, and he didn't take a bath in the mud. Goratrix is feeling pretty okay. He's probably just gonna chat with Perin, mostly about tales that Dalan has probably already told him, but in like a different perspective.
In return, Perin is going to be very funny. He's going to tell lots of jokes that are super good, and you'll have to take my word for that.
Hell yeah.
I love
I
that.
will take your word for it, and Goratrix
mm.
is down. He has a deep belly laugh.
What was that? What was that, Mark?
Oh, I was just gonna say, Edward, in contrast to Goratrix, is not having a good time. It's just the day keeps getting worse, and he doesn't know what to do, and he's just doing his best to be respectful but polite, but just like is very embarrassed and like just clearly not enjoying himself.
Catfile comes up to Edward at this point. Is there something wrong? Do you need something?
No. Be sure we are ready to travel as soon as possible tomorrow.
Understood, Master. He seems happy with that. He does look confused, though. He kind of looks at you funny, like, oh, that's not the angry Edward I'm used to. That's different.
That's something I've never seen before. I don't know what it is.
What's going on? What's this emotion he's displaying?
So I'm going to give Perin a little bit more. You know that the Lord of the Manor has been absent longer than your Master Knight, the Master of the Hunt, is accustomed to. He's in the Master of the Hunt is kind of like the equivalent of Dalan and Edward and Goratrix, right? He's a bachelor knight or a knight, house knight, right, of this house, and he's effectively stuck playing regent till this missing or delayed lord returns. I'm going to assume that there's not too much left to do here. You know what? I just want to pull this aside. This is why I love the rounds and the scenes in the actual feast. I love it. Because this is my typical experience, and it's not bad. It's just kind of sluggish and awkward. in a social scene, this tends to be more like usually the GM has to play like 20 characters or 5 characters or whatever, and it just gets
yeah.
awkward. It's a lot easier to be able to go through like a round system with cards and other
Yeah, where
options.
here are the characters, here's what's going down.
Yeah, you have
we've all done
action.
party scenes in Vampire.
Yeah.
So many people.
Oh,
Which,
God.
at least in that, you have everyone as a 1-for-1 character, more or less. Like, you know what I mean? In like a LARP or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so did Goratrix or... So Goratrix and Edward are drinkers, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Goratrix does drink, yes, and heartily.
Um,
He is not a drunkard, but
yes,
he is a drinker.
I would say probably in this situation, Edward is drinking out of nervousness, probably more than he would.
Oh
normally.
yeah.
Okay. Why don't we add to that? We're gonna go with temperate versus indulgent? Is that what it is?
Ooh, fun. Yeah.
Yes.
And Perin, you can do that too. See if Perin gets hung over at 18, I think. What Perin is now.
Oh boy! All right, here we go.
That is a failure on temperate.
All right, success.
That is a larger failure on indulgent. So,
As a
Oh,
go ahead, Mark.
I failed on indulgent and succeeded on temperate. So
Same for me.
Okay.
I fail on both.
Oh wait, no.
But a larger,
I succeeded on temperate and failed on indulgent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Perin's pretty mellow. Goratrix, I'm gonna leave it to you, Thomas. Would Goratrix partake quite a bit in the wine here?
Probably not more than he can. He will err towards temperance rather than getting gluttonous.
Okay. Is it gluttonous? Yeah. And then for Edward gets rather Edward needs to be escorted probably by
No, he succeeded on temperate.
he succeeded on temperate.
Oh, okay.
Failed on indulgent.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I got that mixed up. Perfect. Thank you for correcting me on that. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys another test here. This is gonna be something to see. So after everyone goes to their chambers, both Edward and Goratrix are going to have surprise visitors at night.
Oh God.
I need you both to roll, and so I'll pause this before you roll. If this has any effect on your character, remember you can declare passions outside of combat and stuff, right? So you're going to be rolling lustful versus chaste in this case.
Oh
God, I'm a pagan.
Oh no!
Oh God, I'm a pagan.
I have a higher chance of Well, here's the question: if I roll passion, does that add to both of them, or just the one I prefer?
The one you prefer, and so
Okay.
the other note with it though is if you fail the passion, like if you fail it but don't fumble it, then you're at a -5 for your roll. If you go into madness, we'll talk about what that looks like. That's gonna be
That'd be very bad.
Yeah.
Goratrix is just lying in bed, and then from the neighboring room, he hears and then the shattering of a window.
Yeah. So
Goratrix, I need you to help me bury a body.
Okay. So let's. What do you folks want to do? Let's call passions or no passions.
I'm saying, oh fuck, I've got a 7 chaste, 13 lustful, so
I have the opposite, but in favor of chaste.
But you also roll like Edward rolls. So
Yeah, this is something Edward would really want to avoid.
yes, it's very important for his character to not do things like this.
We established that 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'll let you go first, and then I'll decide what to do.
Don't do this to me, Thomas. Okay.
Sorry.
I will roll passion. I mean,
Which other than hate Saxons, what do you got here?
I will
yeah,
not
I
risk
think
that this lady is in any way a Saxon.
What's your second highest?
I think he'd probably do honor because the rest of them are all the same except for Hummerage.
They're 15, right?
Yeah, but I
There's-
think honor fits the best for him.
So some
Yeah.
good news with that, and this is where we're employing those new rules. I can't look them up right now. I got them pinned in the Knights of Salisbury thing.
I'll take them off.
They talk about what a 15 looks like. I don't think you can go into madness at 15. I could be wrong. Actually, I might be able to look real quick. So like when you're rolling, the idea is with 6th edition, the rules are a little bit more like they're more encouraging to roll the things you're not as great at, right? By not punishing you as much if you fail.
I
still-
can't see them in the Discord, sorry.
15's pretty
I got
high.
them. It's all good. So
Gotcha.
this is if you have what's called an unsung or normal passion, 1 to 15. A failure is no result, and a fumble is melancholy. If you have a famous passion, you call upon it and you fail it, it's melancholy. If you botch, it's madness. And then if you have an exalted passion, even if you fail, you get an inspired +5. And if you go, if you fumbled, you enter madness with a famous passion. Anyways, it's at least safe in that you can't enter madness with a 15.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, doesn't help Edward as much because failing this role would be very bad for him. But very fascinating character-wise. Okay, I'm going to roll honor because I can't roll hate Saxons. Let's go.
You could make it work.
Success!
Hey, success.
There you go. So that gives you
Honor
a
wins it.
+5 or plus. Hold on,
He's
let me check. Unsung are different for bonus too. Give me a sec. It's less punishing, but it's good too. Inspired +5 is what you get for. That's the highest you can get for an unsung passion.
yeah. He will add that to his chaste against his lustful.
And I will let you check that because that's a cool use of honor test.
All right. Well, I didn't need to, but I'm glad I did. And then rolling lustful at its standard.
So unless you
failed!
critical, if you're critical, or you got a 7 lustful, that would be bad. Otherwise, you're good.
Yep.
So, Rhiannon visits Edward's room at night, and how does Edward turn her away?
Oh, that's a good question.
Is this like he allows for the initial flirting and romance piece, and is like, no, I'm out, like one of those, or is he just like, leave my room now? Go.
It's just
I
I
can
imagine it's
definitely
like
see the latter.
him partly asleep and then like waking up, hearing the door, slightly getting up and going, What are you doing here?
So she just says, I think I'm doing. We not lock eyes.
He just goes
as reacting to Mark's look.
just blinks for a few moments and goes, "Get out."
She looks at you confused, and she kind of does this like snap of her fingers, almost like there was. That seems weird, a little weird. Yeah.
Ah, nuts.
And then she moves on. All right, let's.
Edward locks the door.
Cat file stand call.
God, but no one had...
Thank God.
Can I roll my lustful and then decide if I roll my passion?
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I've got a 5% chance of straight up not being in the scene anymore. So I could roll love of family. I reckon I could make it.
Why not
'cause
have
I
2
wanna
bad
do
characters this year, right? That would be great.
Yeah, why not have? Why not do it? You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna roll straight. Let's see how it goes. Succeed at chaste, you bastard. Yeah.
Oh!
The furthest it could go without being a fumble.
Ooh, it's getting juicy. Roll
It
that
is.
Ooh,
Uh,
that's unfortunate.
I wanted a
Okay.
fumble. Okay. So yes, that is failure on both, but a bigger failure on chaste.
Yeah.
I'm going to propose that I think with Goratrix at 13 lustful, it makes sense that he might welcome it, even though he was somewhat temperate at night. I think that is it safe to say that he went to bed with Tanwin?
It is safe to say, even with the voices of his parents going like, "No, no, this is standard rebellious teenager 103." He's probably down. He is a pagan. He is also dumb, and he is also hey, if she's into it. Goratrix is such an idiot, and this
It's
is
two
going to be bad for
consenting
him.
adults. It's
Yes,
It's true.
acceptable.
Yep, that
it
part
is
is true.
acceptable. He's consenting. It's
I
all
mean,
good.
acceptable.
Acceptable? No.
Still
Um,
not great.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
All
Very
right.
bad. Oh man.
You can
Here's the
tick
thing.
tick
Even with
lustful for that.
even with the plus 10, even with the plus 10, it would have failed. That's
no,
the
that didn't
worst
change
part.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was just horrible rolls.
that was just horrible
Oh.
rolls. It is ticked. This is what I get for playing a pagan.
Actually, with a
Dirty pagan.
with a +5 or +10, your number would have gone up too.
Mm.
Your chase would have gone up, right? 7 + 5.
No. It would have been 19 versus
Yeah.
Oh.
Still would have
17.
failed.
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
still wouldn't match. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Edward can take chased.
Hey.
Like one
I had a
check.
Oh, it's
weird
already
night.
ticked.
I think it went well.
When did you have a
It's-
chase roll? When did that come in?
I think it was during the vision he had where he
Visions.
saw the
'Cause you chose
the
not to.
child. Yeah.
Very interesting that like that vision led to him not. I figured regardless of how this worked out for him, that would have been an interesting tell. So
Oh yeah.
he withstood the bastard.
not.
Well. Yeah.
I'm back.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to end this scene with an awareness check from all three of you. So this is Perin as well.
Hey, cool.
God.
Awareness?
Awareness. Yep.
Awareness. I love being aware.
On this, I succeed.
Scorchix
Four of
climbing
10.
out a window, holding his clothes in a bunch.
Just all of his armor, just like jingle jangle.
Yeah.
Perin
Oh.
is not
Edward, we need to
good.
go.
Perin's worse at seeing things than Dalan. That sucks.
Okay, so this is going to be interesting scene for Goratrix.
Yeah, there it is. Christ.
All right, give me a sec here. I'm gonna throw it up. Okay, so we're gonna start with who succeeded. That was Edward and Goratrix, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna do a quick frame to both of you, and then we're gonna cut to there. You hear the scream of a woman scream or a girl scream, hard to tell the difference. And you hear the sounds of metal clinking on metal.
It doesn't matter how naked Goratrix is at the time, he's picking up his sword and going.
Okay. She looks
Yeah,
terrified, by the way, when you leave Tanwin. She looks terrified. All right, and then by the way, this failure for Perin just means he's going to be like a little late to the group. That's it. Edward, what happens here? You hear this noise. What's your first thoughts that go through your mind?
Well, he's immediately gonna get up, grabbing his sword and rushing out of the room towards where he heard the scream.
Now, I won't be in armor, but can I have a... Is, like, shield standard fare? Is that, like, something that can be grabbed easily?
Yep.
He's covering himself with a shield.
So let's start. What do the two of you decide
Ready for battle!
What do the two of you decide to do here? Just so we get this right.
Absolutely. Goratrix is sword and shield, and not much else, heading towards the scream.
Edward is just sword running towards the scream, jumping over whatever he needs to get where he needs to go.
So what this means for Perin is you hear your master say, "Perin, my sword and armor, quick! The Saxons are raiding."
What? Oh, and he hops up and he knows the routine.
And you all hear that too. All of you hear that, yeah.
Our time has come. Edward,
Invoke
this
damn
is your
Saxons!
Invoke the passion. Oh no, you just did. You can't invoke your hate passion. Your hate Saxons.
No, I can because I didn't fail.
Yeah, it's in a different scene too. So technically.
Oh, I thought it was only once per year total. All right, yeah, do it, buddy. You got this. Them two boys are back.
Watch me fumble. Like,
You are faced again with the source of your hatred.
But yeah, Perin gets up. You know, I imagine he's a pretty good squire, and he's able to get all Kedford's geared together, and he's ready. He's ready.
All right.
Hearing that.
What does Perin use? What's his best weapon skill right now?
He is by far best at sword. He's actually, I think he's on par with Dalan right now, so that's pretty cool. Not as good as Lance though.
You see him hand you I keep forgetting your master's name, your sire's name.
Yes, it is Mr.
Cadfrod.
No, Cadfrod. Yeah.
He hands you his spare sword, which you're surprised by. This is not really something that is typically acceptable for. You haven't been knighted yet.
Yeah, sir.
When dealing with the Saxons, we have no choice.
I'll do my best to honor you. And he'll take the blade.
Edward's found a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
Stay behind me. Stay safe. And with that, all right. So we're gonna move into the situation.
A situation.
Yeah.
I would say, as hearing that there are Saxons, Edward would tell Cadfile to get shield and weapon and armor.
Yeah.
But,
And is Edward taking the time to suit up first?
You probably would, hearing that there are like proper Saxons here.
Okay. Yep. All right. We got naked Goratrix going solo for this first piece. We're gonna see how that goes.
Oh no!
Is that
have
the
fun?
Is that the knight equivalent of like a trick shot? Is like going out completely naked with your sword and shield?
Exactly. This is Goratrix flexing.
Is Goratrix invoking anything for this?
I would love to.
Okay.
Please. I would like to invoke. Oh, yeah?
Sorry, I'm just gonna cut you all over.
Oh, good. Who did the scream come from?
You don't know yet. That was kind of what I was trying to get. You're not sure at this time.
I would like, rather than the hatred of Saxons, I would like to invoke my love of family, because it is my best and it is my most risky. But I am naked right now. The risk is already there. The Saxons took my uncle from me. The Saxons have taken a lot of people, and I would prefer not to die and comport myself in a manner befitting a scion of the Winterborn Stoke. A naked scion,
Yes.
but a scion nonetheless.
All right.
I don't.
This is some S tier Goratrix right here, right now, guys.
Oh yeah,
It
definitely
He's
really
waiting for
is.
it. Good stuff.
Yep.
Go ahead and make
Okay,
your passion roll here.
I just need to not fail. Oh, so close. 18 of 19. That was so close to a crit, so close to a fumble, but that's a success. What does a plain success give me?
So a plain success gives you have a what kind of passion? What's your
19.
19? It's a famous passion. You have
He loves his family.
inspired. A standard success is
Excellent.
inspired. Plus
Gotcha.
5.
So that's a plus 5. Excellent.
Should you get that
Okay.
to 20, you're impassioned with a success. Just as a note.
Alrighty. So, yes, Goratrix is impassioned. Goratrix, sword, shield, nothing else. He's ready and raring to go.
Godspeed.
Okay. So the first round, you leave your chamber room, just rounding the corner, and you see a soul warrior, very clearly not of this place, standing his back to you. He turns quickly, surprised. He wasn't standing guard. It was like he was walking past, kind of thing. And he looks a bit surprised. You're going to have an opportunity to try and hurt him right here. He turns
Goratrix
to
will.
raise his shield against you. He's got an axe in his hand.
He wouldn't have stabbed him in the back. He will stab him in the front. Alright, I would like to make a sword roll.
Go for it.
It is a success, 7 of 20.
7 of 20, success. Then roll for him. These look like this guy looks younger. Like he looks like he's probably like a fresh adult kind of thing. Oh, interesting. So that's a tie. Ties go to sword. Pretty sure in the rules.
I remember that. Yeah. My swords are cool.
But what exactly happens?
So I don't think weapon breaks on a tie. I think that's only if it's a critical tie that happens. But maybe we can check. Why don't we consult the book? This is
I think
Sword clash.
the sword specific thing is the sword never breaks. I think it might get dropped, but yes, let's check.
I know sword has an advantage if you roll the same as someone else. I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, he's got an axe.
Weapons. Sorry for this. I'm trying to take the
Don't worry
drama
about
out of it.
Healer, sneak, sword. If a tie occurs in any opposed resolution against a different weapon, a sword always breaks a non-sword.
Okay. So I think this means no damage, but you've just broke his axe.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Yeah. That sounds.
I'm definitely down with that. If he doesn't have an axe, he can't do much.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, his axe breaks in twine.
He is, I imagine, about as surprised to see, like, 6 foot something of Goratrix coming from down the corridor as he is to notice that he is entirely naked, and the axe head shatters, just falls to the floor in pieces.
Okay. So that's round 1. Round 2, Edward's coming into the mix, and round 3, Perin is coming into the mix. Goratrix, you can test awareness real quick. And then,
Success.
Mark, were you going to go ahead and roll your passion?
Yes. Hatred of Saxons. Those
Perfect.
dirty, vile Saxons.
Thomas, you see a contingent of Saxons. They're just at Lady Violet's chamber.
Villains! Do not victimize a woman. Come here and fight me.
All right, so
This one has no weapon.
Hate Saxons. That's a success. So you get your +5.
Yes.
Basically, Edward, you're on the other side of the Lady Violet's chamber. So as you come running out, you see the same thing, but from the other side. You see, and I'll give this to both of you. You see what is very clearly 3 armored knights together, as well as what appears to be their leader. Pull him up here. So they look young, or like relatively young, and he does not look young.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, I forgot to say it. I rolled for racism.
Yes.
Hey.
Finally, we've reached that point in the game. Finally.
Is this
We have rolled for racism.
Is this actually your first time being able to actually roll for racism? We've joked
Yes,
about
it is.
so much, but
Yeah.
Yeah, beyond character creation, this is the first time it's given mechanical advantages.
So you see basically 4 Saxons standing at that chamber. There's a couple that look wounded. The front man looks like he's just about to go and enter as you come around the corner. What do you want to do?
So is the front man the leader, or is it one of the other guys?
Front man is the leader, yeah.
Okay. I mean, Edward is just going to basically point his sword in that direction and say, "Vile Saxons, you die here!" And he's just going to run at them, attacking the closest one.
oh my god, he's so cool.
This one, go ahead and give me a roll here. See how it goes. Make sure you add your bonus.
Yep, sword +5.
Which puts you in that, like, you roll decent and you critical almost every time, right? So.
Not quite. It's pretty close, but here we go. Success, 11. That was actually not a very good roll.
Roll. So that's not quite. You add what? What's your sword typically?
19.
19.
So he adds a 4.
4, yeah. So 15. So, but the 15 is important because it's a contested roll.
No,
right?
no, it's 11 because I rolled a 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So
it adds
it's
it automatically.
Yeah.
For example, on my sword roll, I rolled a
Oh, that's wrong.
5.
Right. I just gotta check one thing here. Remember the axe rules. Right. So with the great axe, which is what they're known for, you only get 1d6 protection from your shield, not 6 protection from your shield.
Oh.
So
Okay.
you can go ahead and roll 1d6 here.
All right. 3. Split down the middle.
And then gotta roll his damage to you.
Roll badly, roll badly, roll badly.
Oh, I think you'll take 4 damage.
Take 4, yeah.
You take 4 damage. So minor wound as the axe kind of glances off your shield and manages to catch your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, armor is so good.
Yeah, I bet. That would be really bad for Goratrix, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair, man. All right. So we're gonna go into. Actually, this was round 2, so we're back at. We're back
I think
at
Goratrix
Goratrix.
gets a go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's what Goratrix is going to do. Goratrix is going to straight up growl at his opponent and will say, "Get on the floor and don't waste my time again." And he is going to move over to another opponent with a weapon.
Okay.
So he is probably going to go over to the nearest one to him that is not the guy who is now unarmed.
Okay.
Actually, wait, does he look like he has a second weapon?
He's definitely reaching for his side.
You have a knife or something.
He's going to say what he said, and then he's going to move on to another dude who he can maybe kill without feeling bad.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Absolutely. Sword. Yes, and a bad roll.
Oh god, what's with our rolls?
Middle of the road. Oh, fumble!
Hey!
I
So-
like it when the enemies do that.
This is that thing where you're a bit more nimble than a man in armor, and he raises the axe to you. You try to like kind of move beside him and cut him, but he managed to block that with his shield. But he actually, you kind of end up like tripping him, and he goes face first. His axe goes sliding across the long hall, and he's like wiped out.
You guys are terrible.
All right. So we're gonna go to round 3. I'm trying to think.
Do I do damage to this guy, or is he just?
You did hit him. Sorry, I didn't. I don't know why. And he doesn't get to use his shield because he fumbled the other value.
Yeah.
So he might just die. Awesome.
Fuck him up.
Now they are known for their con. Actually, no, you guys are known for.
Yeah. They're known for their size,
Yeah.
and I'm probably bigger than a few.
Yeah. And they don't have quite as good armor as you guys, and they normally get their shield. So he takes that wound, but he is not down in the sense of dead. He is down in the sense that his axe slid halfway across the room and he's been wounded. So we're gonna call him. So just to make a note of this, we should probably do a little bit of a map here. Hey, so there's these 3, right? The one that we're gonna color code these. So Edward facing off with this guy right now.
Yep.
And then Goratrix has 2 different guys that he's faced off with. So we're gonna give Goratrix.
One has no axe, and the other also has no axe and has been stabbed and is on the floor.
Yeah.
I have no axe and I must stab.
And we're gonna give them some funky icon.
Oh yeah.
Give them that. Ah.
My axe!
There's more where that's coming from.
Actually, this guy can get the on the ground one. There we go. And the it's doubled up. All right, so we're gonna go to round 3, and just to make this entertaining, anytime someone new enters the screen, they get first go. Perin, you and your master round the corner just in time to see this underway.
Yeah.
You see that there's so first off, did you want to trigger
Roll
a passion? Yeah.
Well, the last time I did that, it gave me PTSD. And I honestly, like, whereas Dalan has, like, I think, like, a pretty high, like a 17 for love of family, all of Perin's passions are only at a 15. So, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna roll. Perin's not particularly inspired this time. He's doing his best.
Okay. Do roll me, just give me a d20 roll.
Sure.
versus 18, which is your H for Squire. Let's see how well you squired for your guy leading up to this point.
Reached. Critical squire.
Oop, that's not right.
Go, Squire.
Go. Yeah, we were gonna do the same joke. There we go.
Oh,
Critical
critical!
18 out of 18.
You
Critical
were on
Squire.
point. He's like, I need this. You're like, you mean like this? And like, you got his armor on in like in record time. Basically, like you're like one of those pit stop team
Oh
members,
yeah,
right?
he didn't even need to ask me
Yeah.
for shit. You know that machine that Iron Man has that takes his armor on and off? That was me.
Yeah.
That was Perin.
It was super lightning quick. So you're feeling really good about that. He just looks at you, he gives you one of those long nods of, yeah, you did it right. And you're out here. Okay, so you see Goratrix is naked. That's the first thing you see. They seem to be at the lady guest's chamber. There's, as you heard in the shout, there's Saxons here. Edward's facing off with one. Naked Goratrix just put one on the ground, and there's another one on the another one behind him that looks disarmed. And then there's this one in front who has not been facing off with anyone. Your master is about to go after him.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
These are Saxons. I can probably help him out with that. It's probably not too dishonorable for me to attack that man.
Okay.
I would like to do that. I'd like to swing my sword. Now, is there any like disadvantage for him being attacked by multiple people?
He's not being. Yes, he is. No, not really.
All right, cool. All right, so just a sword roll then, yeah?
Just a sword roll, yeah.
That is a 7 out of 15 success.
Hey, that is a success. You are nearing knighthood. Like you're only 3 years away at this point. Which is why I thought it was and you're going through hunting anyways. Seemed appropriate time to bring him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is better prepared than Goratrix. Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You knew.
No, that you're okay because that was your knight buddy. So.
Oh, good.
Good. Good.
Oh.
So this guy's rolling twice.
I was about to say, I was like, did that?
Oh no, you still.
Oh no,
you
he's still
got-
rolling it.
Oh. Well,
Perin had a good run.
I should note that he would be facing off first. To be fair, I'm gonna make this call. The first roll should always be against the one you're actually trying to harm. So the first roll should be actually against your master here, Cadford. So what we're saying here is, Perin, you're gonna succeed. So we'll start with that first. You notice that your sire actually breaks his axe just as you go to stick him. So they clink weapon to weapon. Yep.
very common occurrence in this particular battle. Cool. All right, so in that case,
This is where
I guess I'm
swords are
rolling
awesome.
damage.
Yeah.
I guess in that case, I'm rolling damage then.
Yes, you may go ahead.
I'm not very good at this. I'm not as
Fuck
good as
him up.
Dalan.
Fuck him up, Perin.
13.
Um,
Not bad.
you definitely
worse.
stick him. Yep. Yeah. He did succeed though, so he gets to apply his shield to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Perin, you're not sure if you managed to actually do harm, but you definitely hit him, and now he's weaponless now, thanks to Cadford.
All right, very nice. I've immediately disobeyed my lord by jumping into a fray rather than staying behind him. But come on, yeah, we got to do what we got to do. It's all good.
Saxons.
Yeah.
It's all gravy.
We're gonna cut back to the naked Goratrix here.
Indeed. So the dude who's been disarmed of his axe, has he drawn a weapon yet?
There's no 2 actually, because what you missed is the first roll should have actually been against Cadfred, because that's the one he was trying to hurt, right? Is Cadfred not? So he broke his weapon. Right?
3 guys have lost their axes at this point.
These people are not good at this.
Oh my god.
You guys are gonna get like, you're gonna be like, oh, these Saxons are nothing. Next time you fight me, I'm like, wait, these aren't the Saxons we
Yeah.
fought.
Wait, they're not the same Saxons. So specifically the dude I disarmed of his axe the first round. Has he drawn a weapon? Is he approaching me? Despite my orders for him to lie on the floor and not waste my time.
He is. He's got a dagger in his hands.
Yeah, if he's squaring up, I'm gonna stab him.
Okay.
So it will be my sword. Oh, poor roll. But 9 of 20.
You hit. He doesn't have the. I mean, look at your daggers on your sheets.
Yeah,
Not the greatest.
it's not the best.
No.
22 damage.
All right. So given he was already fumbling before, he failed that roll, so he's going to apply his shield. This guy, you turn to face this guy, he drops.
I told him what would happen. He says, fully naked, as he turns towards the armored people now. And yes, that is my go.
All right. We're gonna cut to back to Edward.
Yep. Edward is going to, after feeling the blade, I imagine, dig a little past his armor, causing a bit of blood to spill, is just going to grit his teeth in pure rage, and is just going to attempt to take this man's head off, swinging his sword like a madman.
Give her.
Oh my god, another horrible roll, 9.
We've been rolling like piss.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, you beat him though.
There you go, beat him.
Good.
Rolling damage. 23, not bad.
Just gonna check something. All right. He drops with that. That's the second time you hit him, right? No, it's the first time.
Nope, first time. I haven't hit him yet.
Yeah.
Blood. Let's see some blood. Blood.
He is wounded.
Blood.
He's not dead.
Okay.
You're
Still up and fighting?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Because he does have armor and he does have a shield.
Yeah.
Back to those pieces. But he failed on the. He didn't He did succeed, actually. Yeah. So he gets to apply both. So his shield, basically the blade glances off his shield a bit, but it's enough to deal damage. Like you do penetrate his armor.
Right, cool.
and then I think that's everyone for this turn, right?
Yep.
It
Move to the
is.
next round.
Okay. Armor is so
You-
good, you guys.
You see that the leader has actually gone into the lady's room.
Is there anyone blocking the path in?
It's as sort of like as is here, so no, not for you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this guy. Actually, this guy he's the one that he's crawling to his axe, so he's retrieving it this turn, and he's gonna get back up.
He doesn't matter to me right now. Do you guys mind if I take my turn real quick?
I mean, it doesn't
Do
change.
you have to go, by the way? Does anyone have to jet pretty quick?
Nope, I'm good until
Mine
1.
personally.
I'm good too.
The reason I asked is because I want to go after that leader guy and stop him from attacking Lady Violet.
No, you can go. I
Alright,
mean,
let's
it
do
doesn't change
this.
what Edward's doing. He's in a rage.
Yeah.
I'm not Perin.
Sir Goratrix, naked as the day he was born, is going to charge in and attack this fully armored leader guy with a sword.
All right.
I will say this is sure to earn Goratrix points with the lady.
Better than me. Glory points. Alright. Making the roll. Critical.
Oh,
Woo!
nice.
It's great.
Very good.
Very nice.
Is that with your bonus though, or
With the bonus.
It is with my bonus, yes. I rolled a natural 18.
you'll see why I'm asking here.
Yes, because he has good
Mhm.
sword too, I imagine.
But not as good as you.
Close.
Very close.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna make my damage roll. I'm doubling it.
Yep, you get to
Yep.
double your damage roll. He does get to apply his shield and his.
Shield, yeah.
There's a good chance you're gonna get a critical on him here, or what do you call it?
You could take him out.
60 damage.
He's dead. Yeah. So 60
Yeah.
minus what? 60 minus 16, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
44.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just doing it on here to show it, but yeah. So 44. He honestly, let me just check the stat just for entertainment. Like a veteran Saxon axeman, is. Let me just see. Hit points 32.
Yeah, so dead and half dead.
Yeah.
Here,
So head gone.
Goratrix has had the wildest past 20 seconds. Just come in, smash through my keyboard, smash through an axe, just went up to another guy, he fell over and stabbed, his axe falling over, then he saw a person just trying to go in, runs, and yes, up with his head, sword swipe, just gone, like just as he turns to see the fully naked Goratrix enter the room and kill him stone dead. Therein
Boy,
lies the end of the Saxon raider.
this is embarrassing for them.
Yeah,
It
you guys.
really is.
So
Like,
embarrassing. I can take maybe one hit before going unconscious.
While you
oh yeah. Yep.
spent your time dressing and wearing clothes, I studied the
I need
blade.
the blade. So yeah, that guy is dead. That is my turn. He is going to look around like eyes wide in fury, covered mostly in blood, and he's going to look towards Lady Violet and go, "You okay?"
She looks at Goratrix and she does one of those things where she looks up at him and then she looks down because she's like sitting down, and she's just like reaches behind her with a bright red face and hands you like a blanket.
I'm gonna very quickly tie it around himself, and that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go back to let's do Edward here real quick, and then we're gonna go to Perin.
Edward is just going to be yelling at this point. Die, you damn Saxon! You'll pay for what you've done here.
Your rolls,
oh my
Mark.
god! Oh wait, that's +4. It's still
Oh.
horrible. It's an 11.
Okay.
Forgot the +4. Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
What?
My god!
Jesus
What?
Christ.
Womp womp.
When killing Saxons, Edward has the worst time.
This was his moment, and
Yeah.
he fucked it up.
Man.
Oh, this trip has been horrible for him. Can't even enjoy killing Saxons.
They can't even give him that satisfaction.
Poor Edward. I feel for Edward, man.
Me too.
Edward, why don't you go ahead and give me a 1d6 roll to see how much of your shield you get to. apply
Oh
to
no,
this.
it's even. It's even because it's add 4, which makes it 11. Because I've got to
Oh,
add his passion.
You broke his.
Oh,
you
so
broke his axe.
Yes. Yes.
I broke
that's
his
right.
axe.
I know you want to just
And
cut him
Brooke
down.
is
still-
fine.
It still sucks because he's not dead.
Yes. Yes.
Wait,
that was very good call.
Mm,
+4, you said, right?
yeah, +4 because
Okay.
it's
All right. Yeah. So you break his. I mean, that's not as bad as getting hit by him. So you do break his
Yes.
axe. Like basically, let's make this. There's ways to make this more thematically entertaining. It's like Edward's just like die, and he's like shield backing up, raises his axe cut in half.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
epic.
So there we go. Now it doesn't seem as lame. See, power of storytelling.
Magic.
Thank you for your pity.
Not pity. I just like protagonists to look like protagonists. All right, so we're gonna go to this one's back to Perin and Lord. There's no axe in this guy's hand.
Correct.
Kill him dead.
You actually see that in this case they're moving on your dude to try and they're trying to double team your boy.
No, I don't want my boy double teamed.
Yeah.
No.
So
right.
I'll give you an option here.
No.
You can choose to step in front of one at which the weapon will be coming at you. If you don't, then both will be coming at him.
He's wearing armor.
Yeah. Totally. I
Um,
just wanted to see how
I-
suicidal you are. That's it.
yeah, I'm gonna let the knight tank the stuff, but I'd like to go after Green Boy here, who is
Okay.
the one without a weapon. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit. Sword. Do you want me to wait until after you roll, or can I do my sword?
You can go ahead. He does have. I should note that Green Boy has a knife that he's pulled, but he's not going to act this turn. Right.
Okay, cool. 9 out of 15 success.
Yeah, he's got. I guess he can test his shield. No, he can't. I think you're just gonna stab him. To be honest, as he reaches for his knife, you're gonna be successful. You can give me a damage roll.
All right. I hope I make Edward proud and kill the man. 18. Pretty good. 2 6s in there.
Kill him.
Kill indeed.
All right.
Drown your sword in his blood.
So that's that guy's second. So he's not dead, but he is like doubling over, basically falling. I'm going to say that your blade doesn't quite cut all the way through his armor, but you can just see the red like staining the armor in front of him, right where you cut. So very clearly this time, you cut him successfully. Your boy here hit him for 15. Yeah, so between the two of you, I'm just going to get that. Between the two of you, you drop green. So basically, both of you kind of stab him at the same time. He raises his shield to deflect blue and is actually successful, believe it or not, in deflecting blue. So you're successful, and that Saxon is dead, leaving
Yeah!
just
First
one.
blood.
I'm going to throw one more thing out here.
Mhm.
You all hear a scream from down the hall.
No.
Boy.
There's only it's a girl scream, and there's only one that isn't accounted for. Though I guess the only one that knows that for sure is Goratrix.
Yeah, Goratrix is going to.
Actually, no. It's
Mhm.
better. I'm sorry, I got to do this to Goratrix. As Perin, as you guys kind of finish off some of the people you're facing, you see her standing at the edge of the door, covered in like a blanket. Goratrix's door. You see one of the twins. Okay.
You
Or-
monster.
Next round, Goratrix. I'm going to say that the whole blanket interaction thing, you're coming back out. It's going to take you a turn to get out here. So I'm going to let these folks do something here. Then you'll be back to.
That's fine with me.
But I will get what you intend to do as you're leaving the door when you hear the scream. But we'll start with those guys. So we're going to start with Edward.
Please die. Please. I don't
Alright.
want to keep doing this.
Let's see it. Let's see it. He's doesn't have a weapon right now.
Critical!
Oh, yes. And wait, hold on.
It was
Not
an
natural,
18
but
though.
still
Not a
awesome.
problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter though. It's still crit because he went over. So go ahead and
Alright.
roll your damage and double it.
Let's go. Oh, well, double.
Oh, it's still good. It's still 28.
28. I think that's enough to get him.
Yeah, he's down. He's down. So the third hit. So so this time basically his axe breaks and you just come at him again. You hit him right in the quiff, and you can just see you can hear him choking on his blood as he falls over.
To add a little bit to it, I think Edward kicks him over onto the ground.
Okay.
Just in rage. As he's quickly going to look around, searching for other enemies to kill.
You hear the scream right about that time.
And then on his turn, whenever we get to that, he runs in that direction. Probably alongside Sir Goratrix, I imagine.
Imagine so. But we'll round to Perin real quick. So Perin and Cadfred. Are you Perin? Am I right in assuming that you're gonna kind of double beside your boy here and attack blue?
If he's not making a move, Perrin's not making a move. He's staying with him. So.
Okay.
I shall swing my sword again.
Actually, hold on.
Oh, I shall not swing my sword again. I shall instead hold my sword
I'm
very
going to
gingerly.
say that the scream is happening right at the end of this. It makes more sense
perfect.
thematically. I'm just he wouldn't abandon one of his charges to die. So I had to finagle that a little bit. All right, go ahead and give me an attack roll. Blue Boy is not attacking Perin. He's attacking Crawford.
As he should.
Cadfred.
Well, really, he should run, but, he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Blue Boy got a crit.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's bad for Crawford.
Ooh, it's unfortunate. 12 out of 15.
All right, so I got to see how much his shield. Ooh, shield only protects for 1.
Oh, that's rough.
This is going to be bad for him. Ah.
Oh, what is oh, that's the
42
damage?
Oh.
Oh, no.
We get to witness the potential death here of this guy.
29's extremely hefty, but
Remember, this guy is a very hardy boy. He has a 16 con.
Woo! That's good. In that case, he's
only-
probably clinging.
But
Actually, Edward has a
He's
16 con.
unconscious.
yeah, I've got a 15, and my total hit points are 26. So
It also depends
Well, it
on
includes
size
other
as
things.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it includes
Right.
size as well.
right.
Oh,
okay.
I think
his size
strength also
isn't big though. Remember, he's not. He's
He's stocky. In that case, his con is 16. What's his size?
his size is 13. 12 actually. 12.
Okay,
Oh,
that's a
I
little
think
more
he's
than-
dead.
Yeah, I think that's. Well, I mean, it's an NPC, so I think it's built.
Yeah, exactly. It's dramatically affecting. However, his total hit points would be smaller. But yeah,
As
whatever's
Jar Jar
dramatic
once
happened.
said-
Yeah.
As Jar Jar Binks once said. Oh no!
Oh no!
So, Aaron,
Oh
you watch as your knight is cut down.
no!
Your master.
Dalan's gonna let out a
Not
And
Dalan.
oh yeah, Dalan. Perin,
Perin.
not Dalan. Perrin's gonna go no, and he's gonna get that. He's gonna get.
All right. You rolled, right? You rolled a 12?
Correct. 12 out of 15.
So I didn't have the blue boy defend against that. Give me a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, beat him.
Just barely. All right, let's
Oh,
see
yeah?
some damage. I don't have.
Well,
I don't-
wasn't he attacking Cadfrod in the first place?
Yes. He
Yeah.
wasn't attacking Perin. It
Yeah.
was just a matter of whether or not Perin would land the blow
Yeah.
against him.
Yeah. 13. Not the best.
Not the best. So something I didn't mention is he actually doesn't have his shield because he lost it when
That's right.
Goratrix
You
was
did.
on.
I think you did
Yes.
mention that
Yeah.
actually.
So he's down a few. So he still takes damage. This is that one rolling bad and two not having much in the damage department for strength. So
Yeah, that guy's been hit already.
yeah, yes, he's the one that Well, which one was he?
He's the one who,
Oh,
after
lost
I
his-
disarmed one,
Yeah.
he lost his axe, lost his shield, and I hit him as he went to the ground because he fumbled. I did only 18 damage, though.
Perin, you watch as Cadfred, you see his neck get slashed, and you just see the blood start to trickle out, and he holds it, and he kind of slumps down against the wall beside you. You manage to stick the Saxon. The Saxon grunts as you manage to find a slight opening between his shield and his weapon. Or no, not his shield. Just you find an opening in his weapon or in his shield, in his armor.
I gotcha.
But it's not enough to down him. He kind of staggers a bit, and he's still standing. So we move to the next round. Just to update. So I forgot to update that Mark's guy's dead. I'll do that to Mark. Goratrix,
Comes back from the dead.
what is your intention as you hear the scream in the distance before you enter the doorway? What would Goratrix do?
People need help. Goratrix can help. Goratrix have sword.
You run out of the door, the hall, like out into the hallway, and the first thing you see is your host bleeding out beside his squire. The squire looks to be facing off with a wounded Saxon, and you hear the scream coming from the distance. You look over, you see that it's not your recent visitor. I forget their name.
Oh, good. Still bad.
Not Tanwin, but it could be her sister. The only one unaccounted for. Edward, you hear the screams as well, and it's about this time that you recognize that one of the twins is standing in Goratrix's door.
Yeah.
Here's what. Goratrix
Goratrix,
isn't
you
paying
fuck.
attention. Goratrix isn't paying attention to that. Here's what Goratrix would like to do. Seeing that the host is like neck slashed, possibly dying, his squire by there facing off against a Saxon, Goratrix is probably going to try and kill this guy, who he's attacked before, so that his squire can tend to his knight.
I'm gonna give Perin first go though, just because this is where he's at.
Do that.
Hell yeah.
I will say then, just to kind of add to it, seeing that, Edward's just going to run off without a hesitation towards the screen.
Yeah.
Seeing that Goratrix got this.
Yeah.
There is also a brief, why are you naked, as he runs by.
I didn't have time!
All right, let's start with Perin's attack roll. You
Sword.
are gonna face one attack here.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I will avenge my sire.
Yeah.
Do
Fuck.
it. Vengeance.
Yeah, you still got it.
Okay, give me a damage roll. As long as it doesn't suck, he's dead.
Fuck him up, Perin.
14.
14.
There's a
Yeah.
6 in there.
Well, and he doesn't get a shield, so it's enough. Enough to basically, you can tell he doesn't kill him outright, but he drops to the ground and he's bleeding out. He's trying to crawl away. It probably crawls towards Goratrix at this point.
Perin,
That's what you get from this.
Yeah, the second that Perin sees that he's clear, he's going to check his sire and see. The damage looked bad for the glimpse, but he kind of had to focus, and now Cadfraud's probably already gone.
Depending on what Perin finds, I would like to change my action, because I was intending to kill the Saxon so that
Perin
he
could
could
get away.
get first aid from Perin. But if Perin did that, I'd like to do some first aid, inspired style.
Ooh.
Okay. And Perin, you get to roll your squire roll here as well, as first aid.
Cool. That is my age, yes?
Yep.
Here, I'm just gonna...
It's different. It will be a different outcome than an actual first aid, but it is something.
Sure.
Do you know what I think is funny about this situation?
Am I just rolling the age or the first aid number?
The age.
The age, okay.
What's hilarious about the situation is I think Edward is actually the best at first aid in the group.
Yeah, probably. A critical squire, man. You
Two.
Critical squire!
We're gonna call him Master Squire. Perin better be a great knight because he's a great squire. So
yeah. With that in mind, and seeing how well Perin's handling it, should I roll?
yes, because he can only assist.
He assists you.
Yeah.
Got you. So do I get a bonus?
Yes, you do.
Goratrix gets a plus 30 to this roll, and he just reattaches his head.
Reattach the neck.
Revives him from the dead. Pagan rituals.
I'm trying to think what's realistic here, because these. What were his hit points at? Let's figure that out. Is this
probably best case scenario we can? Probably best case scenario we could probably buy him some time or ease his pain, but
best case scenario, he comes out of it heavily injured and probably won't be able to fight again.
Oh, maybe maybe he loses his speaking ability. That'd be cool.
So, I'm gonna give you an additional +5 for the roll, Goratrix. If you or rather, Perin gave you that. On top of your inspired, if you roll over critical here, he lives. If not, he gets some time, right? But if you know,
might I say?
Yeah.
Sorry, real fast, Bob. I did get a critical on that squire, so would it be a +5 or would it be more?
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give a. Well, the thing is, he's already got another. You know what? I'll do it. Why not? Because there's still the chance that you roll like garbage. So +15.
I know you want this man
+10 with your +5.
I do want this because it has gone from a 5% chance to a 25% chance that I can save this guy's life.
So total of +15, right?
Yes. One. Yes. What was that roll? That roll was 18.
Yeah.
Right. Good enough. Critical.
My God, yes.
Sorry,
Jesus
Bob.
Christ.
He will not be able to talk. He will be heavily scarred, but you saved him. And this won't be immediate. So this is going to be, just to make clear, for this to be successful, this isn't like you patch him for a round and then you're gone. Like you're going to have to tend to him here.
Totally fine with that. I came here to save lives. Edward is saving lives.
Okay. We're gonna then round real quick to Edward. So Edward, you come in to see another Saxon. I'll just change this guy's colors to use him. So you see him. He's trigger warnings. We're going to be careful with this. We're going to be graceful with trigger warnings.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Axe and shield are to the side on the bed.
Yeah.
He's pinned her down, and he's readying himself upon her. Seeing Edward come in, Actually, I'll test that. Let's test his awareness here. See how.
I want you to fucking kill this guy.
Tell him a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. He hears Edward come in, and he pulls her in front of him, and like almost threatening her by the hair. He's got her by the hair.
Mm-hmm. Edward does he have a weapon now, or is he just holding him?
He's reaching for his sword,
Okay.
but he doesn't have it, or his axe. But he doesn't have
Okay.
it. He set it down with the shield, right? So he's kind of like reaching as far as he can to the side, trying to reach.
Yeah. I think Edward's basically going to try and get to his weapon before him, and then kick it out of the way so he doesn't have any choice.
Okay. You know, I think it's going to be hand-to-hand, which neither of you are probably good at, so this is great.
Nope.
But neither of you are
hand
good.
to hand.
Straight D20, or is it based off strength?
I think.
Or-
Let me just check, because there used to be something, but I don't remember if there is anymore.
Mm-hmm. I hope it's strength. Good at that.
Interesting. I have to look up. There used to actually be a hand-to-hand skill. I do not see it anymore. So I think in this case, I think we're gonna test Dex. What this is?
Oh, fuck. Well, I got a +5.
Yeah, you got a +5, and he doesn't have a +5.
Yep.
As a
Come
brawling
on,
attack,
luck.
using
Nope.
using
Yeah.
Builder's strength value.
Strength! I get to roll strength.
What?
Please
Was
tell me
it?
I get
Is
to
it
roll.
strength?
Yeah, it's based off shield bash, but there are other things mentioning brawling attacks using the wielder's strength value instead of dex for a weapon roll. See brawling in special weapon tactics.
No, I think that's fair. So
Okay.
what would the roll have been? We'll keep your roll, but what would it have been with strength?
Oh,
What's that, Thomas?
Actually, it is dex for a
It is.
hand-to-hand fight.
doesn't matter then, yeah.
Okay.
It's a failure.
Now on the plus side,
Unlucky.
oh,
Yeah, he succeeded.
he gets the axe. Now you went to kick it like off the bed. Is that kind of the idea? So you're like standing on
Basically,
the
yeah,
bed.
kick it away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you, as funny as this is, I'm just gonna make a Star Wars reference. You have the higher ground right now, so that was his action to reach for it. He's using her like a shield, so a failure could be bad with this.
Yeah.
Are you going to let him threaten her in front of you, like let her hold him hostage, or is the blind rage against the Saxons now conquered?
Oh, I think the blind rage kicks him.
I
I think
thought
he
that
just
might
tries
be
to
the
stab him in the face.
Okay.
Just into his skull.
I will kill as many people as I have to, as long as you
As
are
long
one
as
of
you are
them.
one of them.
So,
Yeah.
a failure
I
is
love
bad
this
for
so
you.
much.
A fumble's really bad for you.
Well, luckily, I can't do either, because my score is even higher.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Critical!
Yep, you got it.
Yay!
All right. So he goes to threaten her with the axe, and you just run your blade like right into one of those disgusting.
Right through the
Yeah.
skull.
You just see it from the
Right.
back, like Terminator 2 for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's that moment where now you can change my mind on this, Mark, but you have a high vengeful, right?
Oh, yep.
I
It's-
think there's
it's
that
his-
moment where you look down at her and she looks afraid at you, like terrified of Edward.
I think that fits. I imagine, because Edward at this point, like, his face is that of pure wrath and murderous intent. And I think even just anyone seeing him can see that plainly, and I think it's fair that she'd be terrified. Especially because he just put his sword through a man's face. Like,
Right.
I imagine it's not a clean sound. The sound of bone cracking as he just
Yeah.
very violent and vicious.
All right. Well, just looking at where we got to. Okay. So that is the Saxon Raider scene. And we're going to go ahead and I think it's a
Hey!
Yeah.
great close on that.
All right.
All of you can add like to your current glory score, not to your, you don't put it in your actual glory, but your year glory
Yeah.
keep. You can add 20 glory for that.
All right.
Dalan killed 2 mofos. No,
Yep.
Perin killed the 2 mofos.
Yeah.
Edward is at 110. Dalan. Oh wait, this counts
Not
for
Dalan,
Perin.
this is Perin. This is another
Perin.
lad entirely.
Yeah, I'm 110. I have 120 on my sheet. That's not bad math.
Let's see. I might not be counting the 10 glory we got when the prince made, but I've been keeping relatively good track on this.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll
Let's
see.
see. I'll keep it like this for now, but note it down.
Yeah.
Discrepancy.
Okay.
Cheers.
So I'll do a quick check-in here because we're later than normal and we won't be going typically. This was something where Liam had an opportunity later. The next scene would be back to Dalan with Barrowcrest Manor.
I can push it a little bit. I'm good.
You guys good with that?
Yeah. Especially when Dalan can get more stuff.
Good with that, Mark?
Yep. I'm all good for it. Also, I
Okay.
think we're frozen on stream.
Yeah, I just know. I think
Yeah.
give me a sec. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and put on some music because turned off the music. Right. Right. Okay, so Dalan, you find yourself at Barrowcrest Manor. This is in Summerland. It was quite the journey to get here. You find yourself riding up switchbacks, heading to the top or the crest of a hillside, and overlooking a valley down below. There's something about the valley that just seems a bit off-putting to Dalan as you look at it.
This is strange country you have here. So much of it feels uneasy.
Indeed, the old knight says. It's not long before you find yourself in front of a woman. Let me just pull her up here. I swear I pulled all these up ahead of time, and I'm struggling to find them when I need them.
They get lost behind the DM screen.
Yeah. She looks to be about in her mid to late 20s.
Oh, okay, cool. Hello, ma'am.
So at this point, he turns. I got his name here. Not doing well with names. Right? Too much going on here.
Always good.
Sir Derwin. And he refers to her as Lady Gwynedd. Lady Gwynedd and Sir Derwin. He says, "Milady, we've taken a knight from Salisbury, Ransom." She turns and says, she stands and starts to move in your direction. You can see, actually, Dalan, go ahead and give me an awareness roll.
Oh, I love those. Oh, wait, this is Perin.
Nope.
Perin does not love those.
Nope,
Hang on.
Dalan. You're Dalan.
No, I know, but I had Perin
Oh, yeah.
sheet up still.
I was like, wait, what?
Here we go. Yeah, good in awareness rolls. I succeeded. 6 out of 15.
Okay. You see as she stands and moves over to the door. It takes you a second to realize this, but she was sitting at her husband's bedside. He looks awful. Like, you can't see exactly. You just see, like, cloths in a tin full of red. Like, it's not good, you know? She moves in your direction and says, Knight of Summerland.
And he introduced me. Not he briefed me that I should be honest with her, but not mention the whole king and prince thing. Yeah. Okay. No, my lady, Knight of Salisbury. I'm Sir Dalan of House Durnford.
Yes, of course. Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. So, wait a minute. She's kind of like recounting in her head. She looks at Sir Derwin. You are then to be our captive, or to be held ransom.
As I understand it, Sir Derwin has treated me very kindly, and I appreciate his generosity in that matter.
Has he? And she motions to Dalan's wound.
Indeed, my lady, this was contracted beforehand. I had some trouble before Sir Derwin picked me up.
Understood. Oh. She looks kind of like torn, and she says, if you would entertain me, I would prefer to speak to you over dinner. Allow me to clean up.
Yes, my lady, I'd be happy to.
So, we can.
It's been a weird day.
Yeah, we can skip to that point.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
They actually send a squire in, a Sir Derwin squire, to tend to your wounds.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so you're not a bloody mess. They draw a bath for you and leave you for a bit, and then you manage to find your way to dinner. I'm not going to make you roll or anything. Like, I imagine Dalan would be careful with the whole bath thing, anyways. So
Dalan is still going to take precautions.
Yeah.
But Dalan's not paranoid about it anymore. It's
Right.
It's something that they're taking steps about, but they're still not going to, like, they're not going to present it obviously, but you know, they're you understand. You understand.
yeah, I gotcha. All right. So when you finish, it's a private supper between the two of you. There are courses. It looks a little less extreme as far as wealth than some of the things you've seen. Looks more like what you'd expect from, say, your own manor offering someone hospitality. And of course, it's pretty common when you take a knight captive to hold them in hospitality, as long as they're showing signs of behavior. If they're not, then
Honorable.
behaving rather, yeah. If they're not being honorable, then you can throw them in a cell just the same as anybody. All right, so she kind of eats quietly for a bit. It's awkward.
Oh, good, to match Dalan then,
Alright.
because Dalan also is deeply uncomfortable with the situation in general, and has never been held hostage before. Not really sure what to expect.
She looks up after a bit of a bite and says, what is the name of your manor again? We will write to them tomorrow.
Durnford. I have a mother there, and a cousin, but he's away squiring further into the kingdom, further into Salisbury. Sorry, forgive me. It's been a long journey.
Of course. She finishes a couple more bites, long, awkward silence, and she looks up again and says, Sir Derwin said that you had a duel with what could have been the Goblin Knight. True.
I believe it to be true, yes. He cast some suspicion on things that I might have seen, but I hold the wound as proof. And I imagine soon I'll have the scars to prove it as well. It was a strange experience, but enlightening in its own way, I suppose.
Can I show you something?
Certainly. I don't see how it would be very polite of me as your prisoner to refuse. And Dalan laughs a little bit, and if she's not laughing with her, then Dalan's gonna drop that real fast.
Yeah, she doesn't laugh.
Bummer.
Give me an intrigue roll though.
Intrigue. I'm good at that.
And while you're doing that, I'm just gonna step away for like 10 seconds. Be right back.
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna drink some water.
All of our characters, including your two characters, have had the wildest time.
Yeah.
It's been a session, baby.
Oh
Definitely.
god.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do love that Dalan is physically incapable of speaking to a woman. Just
It
cannot
fails.
do it.
Meanwhile, Goratrix, you are one. Why is that a problem?
Look, we
But,
can all
yeah.
admit that Dalan's gonna be a little fucked up by the routine of life for the last couple of
Yes.
years.
Yes.
Yup.
The routine of the last couple of minutes is going to mess with Perin for a little bit, but honestly, those were amazing rolls. Perin is top-notch squire.
Top tier squire.
Dude,
Top
he
tier.
got 2 critical squire in one night. I mean,
Yup.
it's a shame that Goratrix finally got a squire, because, I mean, like, you know, Perrin's free now. Just gotta say.
Till he's not, you saved him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a squire, and we did save the knight. He still doesn't have a squire.
Let's go.
That's true.
Yeah, Goratrix. So at this point, she stands and she wanders over towards. She wanders through the hall. She encourages you to follow, and she'll actually. I'm assuming Dalan will follow her.
Yes, and I did get a success on that intrigue check.
So I'll touch that first. She looks hurt. She looks really lost.
Oh.
You get the sense that she actually cared for her husband, which is not necessarily the norm, as Dalan probably knows as much as I.
Oh.
And so she wanders out to the balcony and stands there, and as you join her, you're overlooking, like, again, you're on the crest of the hill. That's the name Barrowcrest. You're overlooking this valley, and there's something just eerie and darker about it. And she says, "Look out there. Tell me what you see."
Dalan does so.
You don't see anything in particular. Like, again, there's that sense of something seems not quite right, but that's about you. It looks otherwise like a valley might look. You see a river, a bit of forest, and you see like smaller hills down. So the valley runs between almost like barrows, basically.
Dalan kind of crosses their arms and goes, "Well, I could attempt to wax philosophical and predict what you mean to show me, but I feel that would be somewhat dishonest and a disservice to both of our times, so I see your homeland and nothing more."
Fair. There are places within this, not just here in Summerlin. Some in Handtone, others elsewhere. They're important. They hold magic. Some places are places of power for the believe in magic of this land. gods. Well, other sites are crossover sites. They lead to places of fairy. This land beyond me, known as the Barrow Vale, it is the home of the Unseelie Court, the fairy folk, the home of the Goblin Knight which you faced.
I see. The knight, the goblin knight, he knew things about me. Things that not even my closest companions know. And he spoke them with such confidence, it was rattling, to say the least.
That would be, in simplest terms, you might refer to such as magic. A more complex term, something you might be familiar with. The fairy folk and their glamour is powerful, much the same as it is for King Cadwy or Merlin.
Might I ask you, my lady, why did you ask me up here to see this?
King Cadwy tasked my lord, husband, with overseeing this site. It was a new manor to be constructed, so it was built. With him in this state, don't know what I'm to do. I will petition for King Cadwy in hopes he will provide me some sort of direction. But he is old and ancient, treats in different ways than most might expect a lord king. Afraid truth with all that's taken place. Might be alone in it now. Alone to stop whatever this is, wander out at night from this Barrow Vale.
There is a great isolation that comes with responsibility, isn't there?
She nods. Sir Derwin has been proficient in dealing with the unseelie monsters, fairy folk that come out at night. He's grown a bit of a aptitude, one might say, in his sense. Sometimes it comes out in his sight, hearing, vision. Other times it's smell. He turns and looks to Dalan.
Yes. Yes, that does make sense to me now. I have to admit, I was a little embarrassed when he said he could smell me, though I had been lost and on the road for some time beforehand, so... forgive me, I have never been especially strong with my wording, but I would like to say that I am genuinely empathetic for your situation and for your loss. I have been in a similar place, dancing on the verge of confirmation, having a loved one be constantly lost, to be unable to mourn, but unwilling to forgive me. if I overstep my bounds.
She shakes her head. What advice would you give me about this situation?
Well, I am far from an expert, but I suppose in desperate times, desperate measures must make do. My impression of the Goblin Knight, he was ruthless and effective. But when I stood my ground, when I rejected the wish he offered me, I think we came to an understanding. He gave me something that I did not ask for, but something that I desperately needed, and I left in peace. Perhaps if the tactic that you've been left with has been failing, then maybe it's worth it to try something more unorthodox.
She kind of looks up. Interesting. There's like there's like a brief glint of hope in her, and you haven't seen that so far.
Hooray!
Like, oh shit, that worked. She turns to Liam. Turns to Dalan. Yeah, I think you're right. My lord husband does not return to us soon. King Cadwy is absent. There are others there.
You will find your way, be it through necessity or through your own strength.
Yes.
Things are always most bleak before you have a chance to stand through them, I suppose. I understand that the circumstances around my staying here are somewhat complicated, but as Summerland is now a part of Uther's kingdom, for better or for worse, we are more or less allies. I would be happy to keep a correspondence with you and assist how I can.
Yes. I would like that too.
Dalan lets the silence sit awkwardly now. They don't know what to do now. They
Yeah.
have bad
So-
brain.
So there is a part where she looks up and she says, you're back to eating again, and
Mhm.
it's towards the end of the night, and she says, Dalan, just one more question.
Aye, my lady?
No knight heard of has ever heard the Goblin Knights say tells that he will only speak to the fair folk, women, kind.
You should. I do wish I had face cam because you should have seen the face I just made. Dalan stiffens for a second, but then relaxes a moment. He goes, then, so far, the legend remains true.
I see. I understand why one would. Well, I mean, I know the Christians. It is a danger, truth, what they bring to this land. Though it can be helpful in one way, it might in another tear away the very magic of the land itself. It is why King Cadwy remains king. Why Merlin not accompany her against him.
I was brought up Christian myself. And while that has been my entire life, my father was a very calming influence for me and my brother. To this day, one of my closest companions, the only other knight of Salisbury who has seen a fuller picture of me, is a pagan as well. I do sometimes wish that a more unorthodox approach was taken.
She jokes at that and says, hopefully not too full a picture. It is a dangerous thing.
More than I would have liked, certainly.
I understand.
It was a rather gruesome injury.
She kind of nods like, I am a surgeon myself, or at least capable in such things. It is why my husband remains at all. But I'm afraid that I can do very little to change his fate.
It's a powerful skill to have, but few of us are granted the power to work miracles. Be it through the fate of your gods or mine. Nature always takes its course, to some extent. I'm fascinated by you having such fine ability in that, though. Must have taken some dedication.
I had a very good teacher. With that, she says, Sir Dalan, we will be fair in your return, and your secret safe with me.
While I appreciate that, I think this experience has changed me somewhat. There may not be much need for you to keep it secret much longer, but time will tell. I thank you.
Even so, it is yours, your secret to share. Perhaps the next time you arrive, be as a guest.
I would very much like that, Lady Gawain.
Right.
Hey.
All right, and we're gonna do one brief sort of end point. So this is with, you know what? We're not. We're gonna leave this because I kind of want to fish around a little bit of aftermath of what happened in that castle, because there were some things I didn't expect. What's the name to get cut down in a critical strike? So I think there's some good role play between Perin and the two that we can do.
There was a damsel in distress, and there was a guy just fucking killed immediately as soon as that axe turned on him. There were a lot of messy criticals happening.
There was a lot of crazy things happening. Also, Goratrix wasn't wearing any pants.
The entire time. He was naked except for the end, and he didn't do any fighting with the blanket on. He probably used it as a tourniquet.
We also performed an act of God by resurrecting my dead fucking sire.
Straight up, if it weren't for Perin, he would be fully dead.
Yeah.
Saved his life and avenged him. Dude, he's gonna owe me, like, money or something. I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, I think
get paid.
I think Perin will give Perin a tick on honor.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
I think it makes sense.
It's our that's Dalan. Never mind.
Perin got 2 critical squires. He's having a He's a good squire.
We'll-
He's
we'll-
having a time.
We'll also give you a tick on valor because you stepped up.
Hell yeah! Oh my god, Perin is so valorous, you guys. He's
So
so
valorous.
valorous.
Valor.
Valor.
All right, so we might as well do some outros here. I think it's a good place to stop.
Alright.
I got lots already. Like, I wrote as far as I could in case there was a nice long session, and there was. So there's more to explore next week. I'm Bob. Thanks for coming. So just on my outros, I'm gonna post this, but there's an excellent guy I found that makes a bunch of ambient music and stuff. It's like medieval ambient music and whatnot. His only ask is, that it's shouted out or linked. So I will link because some of his stuff is amazing. The other brief outro note I'll make is that next Sunday I will be playing in Oath of Endosteel for the first, probably only time, as a guest. So that should be exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
So I get to be
Yeah.
on a stream and hopefully,
That's Battletech, yeah.
yeah, BattleTech meets Pendragon kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I get to be a character. I'm not gonna do the BattleTech part. I don't think. I think I'll be more like, just more of an NPC-ish kind of style character. I don't. We will find out. But
Yeah, whatever you do, it'll be cool.
it'll be fun.
Woo!
I'm looking forward to it. And again, that's with. If you're looking for that, that's Oath of Endosteel. You can find a AP Gaming reel. He does a whole bunch of streaming, and his stuff is excellent. And then I'll pass it on to Thomas.
Yeah. I'm Thomas. As before, I have nothing. Do not perceive me. I am an online ghost. I've got a Facebook page that I haven't used since 2014. So if you want to find that, I won't answer. And where was I? Yes, I have been Goratrix. Goratrix, who is for some reason a better fighter naked.
I have to say that could have went so poorly for him. I'm
So
happy it
poorly.
didn't.
A single hit. I am so happy it
Yeah.
didn't. I'm just glad no one hit me. But yes, over to you, Mark.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was just checking out our handy dandy Discord. By the way, did you know we have a Discord? Come check us out. It's there. You can see all our lovely shit posting and memes of just shit going on during the stream.
Oh man, there's so many dog pics. It's very good.
Yes.
It's great. Come join us. I have been Mark, playing Sir Edward, and you can find me somewhere, probably. Liam, go.
Oh, me! I'm like a Pokemon. It's my turn. Hi everybody.
Go.
I'm Liam. I was Sir Dalan of Durnford and Squire Perin of Durnford. I had a lovely evening. You can follow me at Twitter at Darth Coakley. And my Twitch is the same, and I don't know if my YouTube is the same yet, but it's about to be. And yeah, I do stuff all the time there. I'm working on some things. I sometimes stream video games and things like that, so come and check me out. Yeah, I had a wonderful time, and I'm very tired, so I'm ready to call it night.
Yeah, one last thing before we close. You can reach us on YouTube at Ticking Time Bob Gaming. And that's where we host the backlog videos. So if you want to catch up, you can go back and watch our catalog, which starts at episode 2 because we're stupid and we messed up episode 1. I'll own that. I'm stupid. I messed up episode 1. But
None of us caught
We're the
it.
ones who didn't check. Yeah.
we did a nice recap of it after in the beginning of episode 2. So you really didn't miss much. Go watch it. It's a good time. Thanks for coming and have a great week. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.